dozen row by row. A plastic card, my golden key to worlds on tape that set me free. Flip the racks, the hunt was on. VHS treasures till they're gone. Popcorn bags and movie nights. Blockbuster magic, that's right. Blockbuster always made the call. Stack my weekend big and tall. Be kind, rewind, save the day. But now you faded far away. Late fees whispered in the dark, but worth it for Jurassic Park. Every aisle a grand parade of titles waiting to invade. The blue and yellow blazing sign, like a lighthouse every time. Streaming's cool, but don't replace that video bud surreal embrace. Blockbuster always made the call. Stack my weekend big and tall. Be kind, rewind, save the day. But now you faded far away. Blue and yellow blazing sign, like a lighthouse every time. Streaming's cool, but don't replace that video bud surreal embrace. Blockbuster always made the call. Stack my weekend big and tall. Be kind, rewind, save the day. But now you faded far away. But now you faded far away.
Dog. Cat. Mouse. Turtle.
I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio, and once again, welcome to it. Let me introduce you to my co-host and producer. Krista is right over there off camera.
Hi.
So, a couple of things I want to get talked about before we get too far. And Mr. Yabo, you'll probably enjoy this. So, Facebook and Instagram were like showing me things that like I could do around the house that are easy life hacks or whatever.
Ooh.
So what I did was I followed one of these shorts advices. I've got an aquarium and I have garlic, a bulb of garlic. So I saw somewhere, it was like, hey, make a little basket, put the garlic butt in the water and it'll grow garlic and it's good for the fish. So I did that. And the whole house smells like garlic. Like right around day 3, I go, what is that? I stick my head over the fish tank. It smells like garlic. So every time we leave and come back, the house smells like someone's been cooking in here.
And I haven't.
All day. And I go, oh, what a weird thing to do. No one tells you that. So if you put garlic in your fish tank to grow, make a little wire basket like I did, and it does start to grow, garlic smell is everywhere.
It's crazy.
I mean, I love garlic, and so I am totally on board. It
I'm
smells
not sad by
great.
it.
It's just really bizarre because I did not expect that It also keeps vampires away. Yes,
That's true.
FDO. Speaking of FDO, let's thank him for the Brady Bunch style GIF intro that he gave us. I got a couple of them. They'll be doled out slowly as time goes on. I feel like we shouldn't blow our load in the first show where we got them. That being said, also, this show not sponsored, but this is what we make at the shop. And I guess that is what the show is brought to you by, because I'm going to be drinking some of it. Some mead. You can't really see because the fucking TV's in the way. Anyway, so what are we doing here? You know what it is. You probably saw the thumbnail. Maybe you clicked on this in the future or the past. If that happened, like, whoa. But what I've got for you here is a very long, and by very long, I mean longer than 30 minutes. We have 46 minutes of Blockbuster training.
That's a lot.
Imagine from the 90s. Now, this comes to us from Just Training Videos via FDO. Sent me the link. I said, yes. The other one, a little short. I'm going to use it later. Spoiler alert.
I said no.
I'm going to use it later. But yeah, so this is about Blockbuster Video. If you don't know what Blockbuster Video is, I don't know why you clicked on this, right? Like, what? What is that? But yeah, so we got a ton of material to go over. This was one of my favorite shops growing up. I mean, if you had a Blockbuster near you, I didn't until I was like of driving age. I could reach one myself. But what I had was the local video store. We've gone over this with like the plastic cases. You know,
Yeah.
you've all had a local video store that was owned by a mom and pop, or maybe a nice little Asian couple, or whoever.
Yeah, we had one. We never really went to it very often. For us, it was like Friday nights was pizza night. Like the only time we got pizza was a Friday night, and the Peter Pan pizza was right next to the Blockbuster, so we would go there while the pizza was being made.
We had Peter Piper. No, not Peter Piper. Sorry. We had Pistol Pete's.
Yeah.
So Pistol Pete's, I don't know if it's off topic, but Pistol Pete's was like a Peter Piper ripoff. They had the Rockafire Disco Explosion robot show or whatever it was called. But it was Pistol Pete's, who was like a Yosemite Sam character with a big mustache.
They didn't have any of that. It was just Peter Pan pizza. It was just a local, small little place.
Hell, that is. I think that's what Pistol Pete's was. But how did they get the Rockafire Explosion? I don't know. But here we go. So buckle up. We got to learn how to work at a Blockbusters, because maybe they'll come back. The last one is still on Twitter, I think. But either way, let's get started. Ding for copyright immediately.
Sorry, guys.
The guy got a boner. This looks like the Blockbuster that one of them I went to. One was a freestanding one. The other one was just like this. It was on the corner in like a strip mall. Same whole thing. This also looks like they're ripping off Circuit City. I wonder if this is a VHS problem or my video problem. Is everybody just out smoking?
This is the final, the very, very last straw. Who is responsible for this? I demand that you show yourself. Who are you?
Excuse me, I'm looking for a Tarantino movie. Can you help me?
We're wrong person right now.
Okay, really quick. This is one of my pet peeves too. Like, Blockbuster is not immune to this. Now that I own a business, I'm always on the lookout for like super unprofessional things that I may or may not be doing. That like if I walked in, I'd be like, "What the? Hey Goober, where's the fuck customer service?" But like I've been on both sides, right? Like when I worked at Zia Records as a youngling, I definitely did all the things that you shouldn't do. I ate behind the counter. I drank behind the counter. Plenty of shit was happening that I shouldn't have been doing, but I did anyway. Now a business owner, I kind of see where they're coming from. But here's the thing. When you're just an employee at a company and have no vested interest, you don't give a shit, super hard to give a fuck. So I get it. Like if I hired someone to work at my spot and I told them all these things and they didn't want to do it, I'd have to be like,
But why not?
I get it, But, like, could you try, you motherfuckers?
Where am I? Isn't this Blockbuster Video?
I guess.
Oh, excuse me, can I...
Look, if you're not gonna rent anything, just get out of my store!
He was trying to rent something. Doesn't he look like Arnie, the strongest man in the world from Pete and Pete?
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of Michael Stipes from REM.
Oh yeah.
It's like Arnie and Michael Stipe, both in Pete and Pete, by the way. Now he's like, yeah, he's something like Hamburger. Oh, this was Hamburger's, one and only foray into media. I mean, this obviously isn't a movie, but still famous, right? Hamburger, right there. Check him out.
Oh my god! They killed Kenny!
Whoa! So we have to be at least late 90s. Michael Berryman, also yes. The Difference. Wow, what a difference!
Wow.
We're about to learn what it was. The Difference.
Now that's more like it.
Yeah, there's color. People are walking in. There's not a bunch of people smoking and flicking their butts up,
This is Blockbuster.
What a
Look
difference.
how clean it is.
Paul.
What a great way to make a good first...
The scene.
His credit is the scene you just watched. That was ripping off simultaneously The Twilight Zone and Night of the Living Dead.
impression.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Oh, great.
Terrible.
Thanks.
Chinese
Well.
food.
I'm a properly greeted, happy customer. This whole customer
Oh,
service
this
thing,
is very like
it's as
Bill
easy as
Nye
that.
camera
Here,
style.
let me show you what I mean.
Like being like up a little bit, because Bill and I always used to talk like
Yeah,
up to the camera.
The 90s had extreme camera angles, which is what made the 90s look the way it did. Apart from the color scheme, it was oblique angles, like set off kilter.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're not due back until Wednesday before midnight.
Great, thank you. See you later.
Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
That was a 7-second difference. You guys keep an eye on that timer? That was the difference timer. Took 7 seconds to make a difference. What the fuck is going on?
Sponsored by Coke.
Okay. The customer was thanked. He was reminded of his due date. The associate was very friendly.
There's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
It's a perfect world, right?
Yee.
Wrong.
Wrong.
As good as...
Dude crapped on the floor in the romance section, and we thanked him for it.
This is where,
Opportunity missed.
this is where
been better.
Blippy now
Here,
got
watch.
his facial expressions
Hey,
from this
Pulp
guy.
Fiction, that one's gonna be a classic. You know, it's Travolta's big
It's
comeback.
gonna be a classic. I'm calling it now, everybody. This one's gonna be a classic. Tarantino, does he make classics? I don't know. I'm calling this one. Pulp Fiction. You guys seen that shit?
Yeah, but Samuel L. Jackson stole the show.
Yeah, he was also really good in Sphere. You know, we have a preview copy left. It's only $12.99.
I don't care.
Hey, if you're a pervert, you'll love the GIMP scene, right? Perverts, am I right?
Next time.
Okay. Well, they're not due back until Wednesday before midnight.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming in.
Next time.
Okay, sports fans, let's take a
I'm
look.
just gonna leave without these videos. So he's like, hey, these are due midnight. And he's like, thanks.
Bye.
Pew! Cool. I guess I'll...
I'll watch him myself.
This on the instant replay. Now, do you see the difference? He
maybe.
did everything that he did the first time, but he also commented on the customer's selection.
What?
Whoa!
Hey, Pulp Fiction, that one's gonna be a classic. You know, it's Travolta's big comeback.
Great. Then he suggests a
Whoa,
complimentary
MILF butt bangers. I see you went to our specialty section. If you're a pervert, you'll love other perverted things, right, guys?
item. Huh, the whole thing only takes a few seconds longer.
Whoa, look at the timer.
Yeah, but Samuel L. Jackson stole the show.
Sun's
Yeah,
game.
he was also really good in Sphere. You know, we have a preview copy left. It's only $12.99.
It's just that easy to provide superior customer service.
So
at
when
the
John
checkout.
Travolta dies.
That's the Blockbuster standard. And that's the difference.
Oh. Yeah, but what if you like don't want to fucking talk to someone about movies? Like, whatever. Here's the thing. Sometimes you can't teach nuance in a training video. So not sometimes, all the time. You cannot teach nuance. So to tell people to just like bar none talk about shit with people that they may or may not be interested in, there's got to be like a precursor to this sort of thing where they go, here's some body language, or like get a vibe off of someone before you start going like, hey, do you like other, like, you guys see Deep Blue Sea? Samuel L. Jackson is in that. Classic. I always hated when I was just trying to get some videos to get back and watch for someone to be like, oh, hey, but like that never happened.
FDO says, imagine working at Blockbuster and all you did was spoil movies people were wanting to rent.
Yeah, isn't there a Mad TV sketch or something like that where the dude's always like fucking it up for people?
Come to Ballbuster Video, buy a previewed videotape that's been in everybody's VCR hole.
Hell yeah, that's a glorious VCR hole.
Provide excellent customer service. You're friendly and you thank the customer for shopping here. You know, all the basic stuff. But if you really want to make the customer happy,
make sure they leave with the DVD.
It's like the difference between making a
DVD. This is tapes.
Sorry.
Like, so, so what? A History of Violence was the last movie to be released on VHS. So I don't know where we are in time. South Park exists.
Yeah.
But, because if you look behind him, I don't see... These all look like VHS cassette tapes to me, right? I don't think we have... If they do have DVDs, maybe this is a DVD, but it still looks pretty chunky back there. I don't know where in time we are.
Making an acquaintance.
Yeah, maybe the
and
very
making a
beginning.
friend.
But they're still like 90% tapes.
You make an acquaintance, you say, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. See you later. Basic politeness.
That's basically what I do.
But if you want to make friends, you have to do a little bit extra. You're going to find out their likes and their dislikes. You gotta
or work
let them
at a
know how to
bar
get
and don't
hold of
even
you if
ask and they
need
tell you.
You have to check in.
Yeah, that you don't have to maybe even work in a bar. Just any place you work.
Like hospitality?
Anywhere where you're going to be standing in front of someone for a little while, you just say, hey, what's up? They'll basically barf their life story at you.
Yeah.
Every once in a while to see how they're
Yeah,
doing.
1994 or later. So it's got to be between 94 and 97. The first DVD released in 97. So maybe we have DVDs. I'm going to say we're in like...
That was
when did
my
South
fault for
Park
saying
start?
it.
Somebody look that up. All of that will let them know.
800 copies of Jerry Maguire. Well, yeah, of course. Check our Jerry Maguire bin. They're all 99 cents. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know when South Park came out.
Talk to them. It's basically the same thing.
Don't
with
blow
customer
smoke in
service.
their face and
Hi,
ash in their
I'm
hair.
Holly. You know, you look really familiar.
Are you Michael Stipe?
Just your standard run-of-the-mill Blockbuster customer.
Balding.
Hey, why are you looking over there? I'm over here, sir. My eyes are up here, not over there.
Hey, Holly, tell me something. How hard is it to provide really good customer service?
Well, we have a lot we have to do in the store.
Johnny
Cleaning,
Dangerously. We got to
running-
dust it every day. That tape gets incredibly dusty. Johnny Dustiously.
Tapes and merchandising.
Okay. That sounds
God
like
damn
a lot.
it. Look how many copies of Copland they have. Was that super popular? My God.
Dude, but how hard is it really?
Well, not that hard.
No, not really.
And, well, we do a pretty good job around here.
Oh, so you know what kind of service the customer expects, right?
God, those pants are doing nothing for
They
her.
want to be acknowledged.
Full service.
They want their questions
Okay, I'm
answered
getting
while they're shopping.
1998. I believe you. I totally believe you. Like a malnutrition Jay Moore.
They want a fast
And like no
checkout.
hair on him either.
And they basically want you to just be
Talk
friendly
to
and talk
them.
Hi, sir.
I kind of like the store to look good, clean, well organized, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
That's interesting because most people like to see peanut shells and rat droppings on the floor, but you like it clean?
We used to have a lot of gum on the floor of
That's
ours.
the difference, maybe. No hantavirus.
Which is why maintenance is a big part of our day. A clean store makes a good first impression. The same way as if you'd clean your house if you were having friends over.
Maybe.
If I had any friends.
Yeah, Pete dropped his ass years ago.
Why don't you walk me through the store? Tell me what people might expect on their visit here. Tell me what the
Videos.
Blockbuster
Something is only
service standards are.
$2.49. That's a steal.
Let's start at the front.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Let's start in the bathroom. That's where the glory hole is. Oh, hell yeah. Slap that vibra bass.
Well, what do you think?
Here's your
The outside
car.
of the store. Now get in your car and leave because all your questions are super annoying. Thank you for coming to Blockbuster. It's the difference. Leave.
Video over.
It's clean, it's straightened.
Yeah.
There's a
Well, this
garbage
is
can.
easy.
There's a
You've
mat.
made a good impression
It's
on the
not
customer. They
bent.
aren't even in the store yet.
Now let's head inside.
Okay.
We were.
But we were.
Hey, how's it going today?
Great.
Shut up.
Thanks.
I'm talking.
See that? She was busy, and she still made time to acknowledge us.
Even though I was here. Hey, Debbie! Hi, bitch! I got this one. Back off.
He's mine.
Stay off the west side. Right, guys?
That's just what I'm talking about. That little bit of extra effort. That is the difference.
FGO says 1998.
Yeah, that is a wild bit of trivia. I can't believe you knew that.
Find anything interesting?
Shut up,
didn't
Holly.
Silent Breed is... Told him where he could find you, right?
Soylent Green is pee. But he's picking up like a double tape set. He's like got The Godfather 2, and he's like, Charlton Heston.
It's not always that easy. Take this morning, for example. Do you remember who's in that one?
There's that French guy, the bard.
Oh, I know.
Hey,
which...
do you have those X-Files episodes on video?
I sure do. They should be right up near the
I'm
front.
busy, sir. Go ask fucking
Go ask
Brenda.
Debbie.
Debbie. Sorry, I already forgot her name. Brenda! That's a better name to yell. Brenda!
Over there. If you give me just a moment, I'll be right with you.
Okay, great, thanks.
I've got a very intense Cleveland's Indians fan that I am expressly interested in right now. This is, what's his name? Silent Bob. What's his fucking name? Kevin Smith. This is Kevin Smith's body double. So we're in the same jersey and shit.
I know which one you're talking
Spants.
about. Let's go this way.
Let's go to the glory hole.
Well, that
Kevin
was
Smith.
tough. But still not all that hard. The Blockbuster standard is that you let the customer know why you can't help them right away.
It does look like a terrible version of Clerks. I'm not even supposed to be here today. Brenda! Mind your own fucking business!
And then try and let them know how long it will be until you can help them, right?
Right. It's
Give me
not
28
brain
minutes. I'm
surgery.
going on my lunch break.
Sometimes
I'll help you
just have to learn
after.
to juggle things to make sure you help everybody.
Is that genital
yeah,
things?
but, well, here's a hard one. Suppose you're
My
working on this
dong.
end cap here,
What?
and then all of a sudden one of the CSRs up front says that they need some help. And then somebody walks in the door and starts heading for drama. Now, you're not going to have time to acknowledge that person.
I don't have time for drama. And what's a CSR? Cash register supervisor?
Customer service representative.
Oh, I in my head I said I saw CRS.
CRS. Yeah.
Cash register supervisor is better.
Well, what if all that's going on and Uma
Soylent
Thurman and
Peen.
Leonardo DiCaprio walk in the door?
I'm poison.
You'd make time to check that out, wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you show someone else who was in a Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
Right.
Why would you be like, this is Leo in Titanic, and here's Uma Thurman in the Bat Nipple movie? The fuck?
Yeah, I think I would
Chief
probably
Wahoo
make
was my
time to check that out. Okay, okay,
Wahoo
okay, you got
McDaniels.
me. What you're saying is that it's not all about time. It's about
Money?
caring about each customer that comes in the store.
Yeah, you really want to care about someone running a videotape.
Scare them or
You
touch
know,
their butt
I've heard all
lightly.
this training stuff about asking open-ended questions. You know, the kind where the customer can't answer with just a simple yes or no.
Do you like movies? Damn it! Fucked it up already.
How do you manage to do that all the time?
You don't.
You don't.
You don't. Customers learned that game a long time ago. They just want to know you're around if they
I
need.
don't want to disparage this poor Best Buy employee, but she is working on a baby gunt here that is ready to just...
That's why I said those pants are doing nothing for this lady.
Don't talk... Like, here's the thing. If I ever own a shop that has employees, I'll say, you got a gunt? Feel free to keep your shirt untucked. You got a Guinness? A gawk, as Baked Salmon called it? Leave it untucked. I don't need to see like the mound of flesh that is slowly rising in your pants like bread dough.
But if you leave it untucked, make sure the stomach does not go below the shirt.
Well, that's why we have extra long shirts.
I'm just
Easy as that.
just prefacing like
Right, but if it's not gonna go below your gunt, you cannot tuck it in either way. I'm not hiring the like hilariously morbidly obese and giving them small shirts. Fucking kidding? I am President Ambrosio's older sister.
They need you.
Oh. So what you're
So
saying
do
is
you
that if a
come here
customer
often?
has a question,
You
they'll
answer?
ask you, if you're taking the time to talk to them.
Right. Say you were at a party and there was somebody you wanted to meet. Would you waste time thinking up fancy open-ended questions to ask them?
I've already established I have no friends. Hello.
No way. I'd just swagger up and say, hey, how you doing?
Well, it's the same with our customers.
why
Only
you don't have
with the
friends.
Blockbuster twist.
How you doing?
Great, thanks.
Do you have your card on you?
Yes, I do. I've got this one. It's from a different store. I've just moved here.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just keep it loose in my pocket. I got a wallet and a purse. I've left them both in my car. What I did, though, is stick my loose Blockbuster card in these Old Navy, not flannel, but like those khaki. Khaki is the material.
They're like men's Dockers shorts.
Yeah, oh, Dockers. That's what I'm thinking. Not khaki. I keep it in my Dockers. Every time I come to this Best Buy, I throw on the salmon sleeveless top. I throw on my husband's Dockers.
Board shorts.
I slam my flat ass into these things and I go, it's time to rent another copy of Pulp Fiction.
And P.S. Why would it matter what store you are bringing your generic Blockbuster card to?
Had the internet. No, that's
Isn't there a barcode on them?
Yeah, of course. Like, that's the thing. It's
I
like
just moved here.
It's not like a library card. Like, if you get a library card in Mesa, you can walk into the Gilbert Library and be like, but I've got this.
Right.
Blockbuster's a corporation. They just give me your name. Like, when you go to a grocery store, they go, you have a Savers Club card or whatever the fuck they call it. They say, it's not in my, I didn't keep it in my Dockers today. My husband has it in his Dockers. They go, do you have a phone number or a name? Dockers.
Don't slam through Michael Willis outfit.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's a cute customer. Built good. Needs a lemon colored top.
So you're into Spike Lee?
Yeah, I really like him.
Have you seen his movie Crooklyn?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a very good movie. It's in our drama section. So next time you come in and try to rent it, just ask whoever's here and they'll be glad to pull it out.
No, I don't do dramas, thanks.
I don't try to rent the
Okay,
thing.
did you see that move? Instead of just standing there, he looks at the tape and he says...
So you're into Spike Lee?
Yeah, I really like him.
And then he starts to engage the customer in a little bit of movie
I still
talk.
don't understand what he's saying.
Just like you might do with a friend.
So you're into what?
That's the
Spike Lee.
difference.
Oh, Spike Lee. Ugh.
You're into Spike Jones, the Clown Prince of Music.
I heard
Me too.
Speckly, and I'm like, who the,
You're into
the
Speckly.
heck is that?
I like piebald things myself. Anything with spots, giraffes. What are they called? Reticulation. That's what I'm talking about.
Reticulated
you like
giraffe.
reticulated animals, reticulated squirrels, chipmunks, giraffes, others.
So you're
Okay,
into
what's
porn,
next?
eh?
We tell our members about promotions.
Huh. Well, tell me about the promotions.
You're promoted. Now you're a janitor. From customer
It's
to
not
janitor.
quite that simple. You see, nothing stays the same around here for long. It could be lower rental prices, 2-for-1 rentals, free
Wacky
kids rentals,
Wednesday.
even 5 evening Blockbuster favorites.
How come you have so many different prices here?
Well, that's due to competition in certain market areas. You see, the customers come in, they get a better deal, they go home happy.
What's the movie
we even
behind
do
her?
special
Like
featured
You've
end
Got Mail
caps.
or something crazy looking?
No, it's got to be like, what's that? It's a man holding a dog.
Oh, like
So maybe it's Marley and Me. That's way too.
no, that's not a lab.
That's not a butt.
A butt.
This is definitely Beethoven's Seventh. I don't know.
And premiums. So all we have to do is ask the manager what the specials are and let our members know.
Great.
Great.
Remember, as they're walking out the door, yell, "Fuck Hollywood Video."
That's Beethoven.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
Thank
as good as it gets, yeah.
Interesting movie.
So you're into Gary Busey?
Saw it.
We have a whole
That
Gary
was
Busey
something
section.
about product.
What'd you think when the Predator sliced his ass in half and his torso hung in midair as his legs fell and he poured blood out like a balloon? Why was his torso hanging in the air? Did he reach up and grab something before he was cut in half and then just let his arteries just dump all over that? What the fuck?
Product knowledge. I thought we were talking about customer service.
Well, you can't help your customer if you don't know your product.
Oh.
I mean, you kind of can.
Well, how do you find that stuff out?
Well, do you like movies?
Oh, yeah.
I especially like Charlton Heston movies.
As we can afford the clips. The royalties on them are very low because nobody is watching Charlton Heston movies unless you're 90 in 1998.
And the occasional Fred Astaire.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so you're an old weirdo.
We don't
who
carry
likes,
those here.
Outdated long epics. Cool. Have you seen Cleopatra? I can't think of a better way to spend 6 hours staring at Elizabeth Taylor and 100,000 extras who all died of heat stroke.
our CSRs like movies too. I mean, that's why they work
Cash register superintendents.
here. If you don't
FDR
like
remembers
movies,
all
you
of
may
his
as well
birthday
be
parties
flipping
ending
burgers.
out having to bleed balloons.
Yeah, like, you say, hey guys, it's the blood balloon part of the birthday party.
Here we go.
How did he do that? He had a big old gun. Like, he was heavier up top than normal. The disc comes, it cuts his legs, like, hips down. Gonzo, they fall to the ground. Blood. The top of Gary Busey, hovering like a genie.
Some of my best friends flip burgers.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh, yeah, with cheese.
I'm sure they do. But because we like movies, we try to learn as much about them as possible. We read cover boxes, Entertainment Weekly, the art section of the local newspaper, stuff like that.
I guess you could talk to other CSRs about movies too. I mean, after all, you do get to rent your movies for free. You should probably get stuff that you haven't seen or that you wouldn't normally watch. You got nothing to lose, you might like it.
But most of all, we talk to our members about movies. Makes our job more interesting. Because we get to talk about something we
Quarter pounder with cheese.
enjoy. And occasionally, we even learn a thing or two.
They're partially gelatinated, non-dairy, gum-based beverages. Yeah, they call them shakes. Check out the customer. Check out their flat asses and all their fucking khaki. That's not a customer, obviously. Same ass that was in those last shorts, though.
Hey, what's the big holdup here, huh?
It'll be just a second.
Calm down, Michael Stipes. Go write another album.
And we need another register open. I've called somebody up. It'll be just a second.
There's
I don't
only
have
3 of
just
you.
a second. I want to get my movies and I want to get out of here.
Hey, maybe remove your phallus from the dude in front of you and take a few steps back and chill out.
Phallus.
Yeah, I'm about to miss Jerry Springer. What's the problem here?
I'm
What?
about to miss Jerry Springer. What is the problem here?
Shouldn't you be working?
I need to get back home and see a bunch of poorly trained actors be caught off guard by how slutty their counterparts are. Right? Oh, I've been dating a dude with an Adam's apple who said he was a woman, but he's a dude? Ah! Never caught by surprise, was I?
It'll be just a second.
Sally
I'll have
Jesse
another
Raphael, on the
register
other
open.
hand.
Okay, she's apologized to the customers. She's got another register opening up.
Her depends are totally full and need changing.
There's only 3 people in line.
Talk to the customer.
Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Probably because it's 1998 and this movie came out 70 years ago.
You wouldn't have that at a Blockbuster.
You probably would, but don't get me wrong. I like old movies. I'm not against them. Like 12 Angry Men is one of my favorite. Like people who say that like black and white they can't handle, whatever. But this wouldn't happen. Like no, potato-looking woman in 1998 is like, oh, Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Oh boy, I've never seen that one. Yeah, because you got to tell people about fucking Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's kind of corny, but
We probably
my
had a
wife likes
classic
it.
movies section
well, it's a little
also,
bit of a
Brick, but
guilty
I just
pleasure for me.
never went to it when I was a kid.
Every video store I went to did have a classics or like whatever, the old stuff. Or it would just be sort of filed away under, whatever. Like in most of your video stores, every wall was new releases.
Right.
So all the walls went from like newest was on the right, then they went by genre, and the oldest shit that eventually made it out on the floor was like that. So anything old would just be in its place. I don't know if they did have a classic section, but like I remember seeing old movies and being like, who cares?
Do me a favor, and when you bring it back,
Those are
let me know
those.
what you thought. You've got my curiosity up.
Be happy to.
I'll have him
She's only wearing one earring, by the way. And P.S., I hope you come back when I'm on the clock. And you don't just slip the videos
through the front,
the slot.
Right.
Or if you do slip them through the slot,
put a
push
note.
it open and shout through the hole, it was good! And then get out of here.
I'm right over here for you.
Okay. She's done a couple of things here. She talked to the customer. The customer likes that. Also, she's increased her product knowledge a little bit. That's the Blockbuster standard.
No, she didn't. She asked a question and said,
Let me
"Tell
know how
about
it
later."
is.
So she's actually done jack shit.
Yeah.
She's put out a few inquiries. Citation needed. Never got anything back.
She's waiting.
She's increased her product knowledge. She now knows that Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers were in a movie together. If that's all it takes to become like more aware of shit, then I do that every day. I'm the best employee you've ever seen.
That's the difference.
Yeah. Hey, P.S. The thing you're renting is on 6 or 7 times a week on TBS. Maybe go watch it there. Leave me the fuck alone.
Hi.
There you go.
Thank you. Just a second.
First the customer in front of me, and now a phone call?
What? She's doing more than one thing at once. She's answering the phone. She's
hanging up on
processing
them.
my purchase.
Hello? Okay. I got Michael Stipes here. I gotta go.
Very talented.
There's your card back.
He's gonna ask her out on a
48
date.
out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Makes $3.52 your change.
Thanks.
There you go. And I'll set these over on the side for you.
Great.
Side of the curb, you grubby bitch.
Okay, this is a training film and not real life. And we make it all.
No. You mean people aren't always this fucking annoying? No, not always, but some of them are. And those people are always there. Why?
All look pretty easy here. But take a look at some footage from one of our store's surveillance cameras on a busy
Oh yes, that's
Do you
who I
remember
was.
this ass? It's the same lady from earlier. It's the same store.
It's the same ass.
This is literally nothing new.
Yes, Brick. He kind of looks like part Peter Garrett from Midnight Oil. How can we dance when I learned this?
I don't know what anybody looks like.
Oh, you gotta watch the music video. Yes, he looks
see
like
that?
him. Yes,
I'm gonna
Brick.
stick
Thank
to
you.
REM. That's
No.
how I will know who he is. Michael
Okay.
Stipes, you guys.
CSRs talking to people, making them feel welcome, taking an interest in the movies that interest them. It's simple stuff,
Oh,
really.
this song's gonna be stuck in my head.
Powerful. And that's what makes.
So, did you guys learn anything from the 4 frames a minute security footage that we saw back there? Aside from that lady's ass is 2 axe handles wide and flat as a board?
I didn't even notice that there was a video.
Exactly. You learned nothing. Finally,
it
we're
was
getting
just
to
a
the
still
difference.
shot.
This is all I've ever wanted. No, this is it. It's the difference.
We already saw the title screen of the difference
Yeah.
before.
It was teasing us. This is it. This is the difference. Wow. It's a Blockbuster ass. Yeah. Make it a Blockbuster ass. Why did the sound fall off?
I was just looking at the ass, says Brick. I don't know.
What's happening?
It's over.
This is. Why is there no like. Hold on. We're going to back it up.
Okay, this is a training film and not real life. And we make it all look pretty easy.
Guys, we still have.
But take a look at some footage
53
from
minutes
one of our
left?
store's
No,
surveillance
33.
cameras on a busy evening.
See, here it is.
Do you see that?
See that?
CSRs
Customers.
talking to people,
Oh.
making them feel.
Yeah, well, that's why we exclusively hire people with the ability to talk and hear. No deafs, no mutes. Sorry, Helen Keller, you're out.
No
Well,
EOE here.
taking an interest in the movies that
Whoa. Yeah, that's great. Where's Pulp Fiction, right? I need a talking employee.
interest them. It's simple stuff, really,
Maybe.
but powerful.
Powerful.
And that's what makes.
the world go around. Yeah, okay.
That's
so the
what
sound
makes
just
the
dropped
sound
out.
go out.
Yeah, so the difference is no sound. You just have to read their lips. That's the thing, guys. Sometimes VHS, it's unreliable. Or maybe the sound got copyright claimed. I don't know. Let's check out David Klotz. He's the store manager. Thank you, from Plano, Texas. Up, Sam. Sam? Matt. Gino, my favorite cast. This guy, he's great. There we go.
Ooh.
This
Where
time
was he?
on Legends of the Hidden Blockbuster. Guys, doesn't that sound like Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Yes.
Or Guts? That guy's watching porn.
Oh, look, she's outside wearing sunglasses. Oh my God,
She
look at
saw
those
the
tiny
Matrix.
glasses. Yeah.
I'm Morpheus.
That looks terrible with her face.
Yikes.
Yeah, but Samuel L. Jackson stole the show.
Hey, he was also really good in Sphere, too.
Hey, we saw
It
sorry.
was also really good as Spear. There's a movie called Spear.
Still rolling. Oh, okay.
We're doing bloopers
kinda like
in the
the
middle of
difference
a training video?
Fuck yes. Okay. This would happen sometimes. I've been in enough jobs to have seen training footage with bloopers. They are always unfunny, but it loops back around. You know how some people can't understand why bad movies loop back around to good? This is the thing that comes so close. They're never good. They're very cringeworthy, but it makes you feel better about yourself because you go, at least I'm not these assholes.
I mean, having the phone ring at a very inopportune time and...
Oh, I know.
Are you in a live store?
Apparently.
Yeah, those new X-File
posters.
If you really want to welcoming. What a great way to make a good first impression. Look at that car.
He reminds me of Bill Nye so much when he talks.
That was just what we just saw there. One of my favorite cars. I'm going to back it up just a touch.
Was it an Escort?
Yeah, that's a Ford Escort, bitch.
Look at that car. It's clean. Everybody likes it.
My favorite year or decade of Ford Escorts is the 70s. 1970s Ford Escort, second to none. 90s, kind of trash. I had a cousin. She had a 90s Probe, very close to the Escort, two-door coupe. You know, they looked, everything that Ford shot out back then looked like the egg that they wanted to lay. Like, you guys remember the
butt plug?
Right after the early 90s Ford Escort that looked like a shoebox, and they all turned into eggs and butt plugs?
He likes it here.
There we
Can't you close the set, P.S.? Like you're...
They don't have budget for that. They just do it at noon on a Sunday.
Here's some videos. $9.99.
Oh, no.
What is going on?
It's like when they fast forward, they just lose
totally
the sound.
new characters.
Yep. Whoa.
Okay.
Introducing customer service.
Okay, so I think maybe we've jumped forward in time.
Hi,
a little.
oh my God,
Yes.
we've seen her before.
We definitely have.
Little. And I'll be taking you through the Blockbuster customer service
God, I
program.
hope so, with your
Maybe-
leather jacket.
Probably copywritten music because we are watching this via YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
In the last few years, the retail business has become increasingly competitive.
You guys heard about this Netflix shit? I don't think it's going to last. But anyway.
More and more retailers have been struggling just to...
That was a 1997 Ford Taurus LX. It looked like a two-door. That looked like a Probe. Not a Probe. It looked like an Escort to me. Maybe a Probe. But, you know, if you're the authority, I'll take it.
Stay alive. The survivors follow a simple formula: listening to their customers and meeting their expectations.
Where's Blockbuster
That's not
now?
a formula for success.
Did we?
That's a formula
Did-
for survival. Some
Was she
retailers,
in a different
however, not
training or-
only-
We have watched Blockbuster training material before.
With her?
Yes.
Okay.
If this is the same one, that bears or has yet to be seen. It's been so long. I don't
Because
know.
we saw bloopers with her, too.
Yeah. We're definitely going to see bloopers. But, you know, it's been long enough. I feel like we all use a refresher.
not only survive, but thrive. These
Dave knows
businesses
probes.
listen to their customers.
Yeah, I know probes. I know probes and I know escorts. Huh.
But then they take what they
I also like that she's wearing like something that would appear as leather on like camera, but it is definitely like a nylon windbreaker that they are desperately trying to show. It's not even pleather.
Oh, I was going to say it was pleather.
No, it's trash. It's like a Spirit Halloween megastore costume that includes a leather jacket is this.
It's like the Grease
One
Halloween
important
jacket.
Step further. Instead of simply trying to meet their customers' expectations, they attempt to exceed them.
Agreed,
Their goal
FDO.
is to build and maintain strong customer loyalty. To
It
attract
worked.
new customers,
I'm still
and keep
loyal.
our
They're
existing
gone.
ones. Our goal at Blockbuster is not
He probably
just to
still has his
satisfy
Blockbuster
customers,
card.
but to delight them. This
Right,
customer service
somewhere.
program is designed to equip you with the skills necessary to consistently
Oh yeah,
exceed
definitely. It's PVC.
customer
It's definitely some sort of artificial chemical that is turning into microplastics in my testicles as we speak.
For those of you new
Doesn't
to
have that
retail,
Blockbuster
this
money.
program provides a great introduction to Blockbuster's approach to service. For those of you with
Talk to
solid
the
retail
customers.
experience,
Ask Michael Stipe.
this program gives you the chance to brush
Dollar
up
Store
on old
Julia
skills
Roberts,
and
yeah.
learn some new
Or
ones.
maybe like a Claire Danes-ish.
I don't know who that is.
Like most things in life, you'll get out of this program
Not a
what you
movie
put into
person.
it. Your active participation will make it a worthwhile experience not only for you, but also for others in the
From
store.
what I remember of her,
Your commitment to apply what
the
you've
last
learned to
train
your
that we
everyday
saw with her, it was all like very PowerPointy looking. So I'm.
It probably will
In
be the
doing
same.
so,
Okay.
you'll earn the trust from your customers, respect from
That's the thing, Brick. We don't know what her ass is.
we just
Does
see
she
her
have a
torso.
Blockbuster ass? We just see she is Gary Busey after the Predator. She's torso up. You know what I mean?
your peers, recognition from your manager.
You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Yabo. I love my escorts a little more than I like my probes. They can work together, but I still like escorts more.
And a sense of pride that comes from being the best.
What's happening, Salmon?
Hey.
Guys, special guest, celebrity guest, Bake Salmon in the chat. Throw flowers at him.
Sometimes, even with the best intentions, our efforts fall short of exceeding customer expectations.
I can't put my family in good intentions.
At other times, our efforts don't even meet their
Salmon.
minimal expectations. These situations...
Dick Salmon. You guys remember Third Rock from the Sun? You can rent it at Blockbuster on VHS.
are referred to as pitfalls. Watch now as CSRs demonstrate 4 pitfalls to
Blockbuster
avoid.
pitfalls.
After each pitfall, stop the
Oh,
tape and
no,
answer
the
work
the audio
questions
is
before
off the
moving on to
video.
next pitfall.
That's life. Yeah. Pitfall 1 was okay. Super Pitfall. That's where the money was. Hell yeah. Tell Vegas I said what's up. They don't know me.
I'll be in Miami eventually.
Excuse me, what do you know about this movie?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What?
I haven't seen it. Sorry.
I don't know anything about Fred Astaire or Ginger Rogers. Eat my ass. Woo.
This is 100% the same one.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's all there is. Look, but there's still tapes. Stop the tape.
Yep.
Answer the question.
Yep.
Guys, what was wrong with that scenario? Her forehead was too high.
The lady's pants were too high also.
There we go. Pitfall 2. Found it.
What do you mean I returned my last video late? That was the day that ice storm came through. I couldn't even get out my driveway.
Computer says it was late. I'm sorry.
Bitch, really quick, I'm just going to make this nice and big so you guys can see this. I said this before the last time we watched this, but what fucking ice storm? At most, it is a 5-day rental. And she's saying, what? I couldn't make it because of the ice storm. It's
the summer.
July.
He's wearing short sleeves.
Bitch, this is 7 months late. I couldn't make it out. It was snowing. June. It's June, man. You owe us $487.
That's the policy.
Fuck your policy.
You don't have to worry. It's our policy. That's like the worst Mr. So sketch ever. But like, we'll gladly make you another meal and charge you double. And you have nothing to fear. It's our policy. Here's the question. Was there snow on the ground? No. She gets charged full price for lying.
When Salmon shows up in Miami, I'm outside. Well, hopefully he'll show up in Florence first in case we're not in Miami.
Yeah, I guess dox us.
Thank you.
We've talked about where we live before.
Next.
It's Dante from Clerks meeting Pee Wee Herman.
Hello.
Not even supposed to be here today. Ah! What do you think the questions could be for that? I'll take it in the chat.
What did he do,
I'll
bro?
answer it.
4.
Yeah, where's Super Pitfall? I'm still waiting.
Hey, gonna rent Arlington Road, I see? Great
Yeah, I'm holding it awkwardly toward a camera that doesn't exist in this reality. Can you... I mean, my elbow's broken. Sorry.
story, but bummer ending.
Oh, great. Spoiler alert. Now I'm going to be bummed.
Don't report your way half an hour.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. The Mayan Adventure. What was that other one? Montezuma's Revenge. That was the Commodore 64 title, though.
Focusing on the customer. Oh, there's American Pie. Yes, that was American Pie back then.
Customer, you tell them with your words
Getting
and
drunk with Polly's cracker. We're going
Above.
on about how fucking rad you guys are.
Yeah, talk loudly and tell everyone around you that they
Yes.
should come and buy something we make.
All other tasks and assignments.
Yeah, this definitely has to be like 2000, 2001. Because I remember going into Suncoast and like, I mean, you guys remember Suncoast, right? They're dead. Everything I loved is dead. I'm like a dinosaur.
What was Suncoast? Was it like a Pac Sun?
No, not even close.
That's what
like
that's what it reminds me of. Thinking of the Suncoast, Pac Sun, Sun.
Suncoast Video was like where you would go to buy wildly overpriced cassettes and DVDs if you didn't have time to go to like Barnes & Noble. Suncoast was like the video store in the mall that also sold like perverted anime figures and that sort of shit. Here's a quick story. I was in a Suncoast and they had like the clearance bin or whatever. I'm picking through that shit because I'm young and I have zero money. And there were 2 tapes that were like 99 cents a piece. And they were both around like luxury cars, supercars. One was about Corvettes and I forget what the other one was. Like, oh my God, I love Corvettes, especially the era right before the Stingray. Like when they had the flat, like, oh my God, beautiful. Like the asses on those Corvettes. Anyway, I digress. I got that tape home and it was the bottom of the barrel. So it was, these video producers got a Corvette from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and I think they ended at the 90s. So they would tell you there was like some B-roll with the Corvette in question. They'd give you the stats, the year, the body type, started and ended, yada, yada, yada. And then there was a solid like 8 minutes of just a blonde chick with huge fake tits, like rubbing them all over the car, totally nude. And I was like, jackpot. Because they didn't check my ID. They did not bar me from it. I bought these tapes in the view of my mother who drove me to the mall. I had a VCR in my room and I was like, yeah, Dave, things are not going to get much better than this. So you better hold on to this memory. And I did.
Damn, Chris
Focusing on the
is
customer
dead.
benefits both you and customers.
Where do I
When you
get this
focus on
tape?
customers, you
Brick wants to
develop
know.
Trust.
I don't even remember what it's called. That's the thing. I just was in love with muscle cars and stuff during the time. I go, this is all it's like something all about Corvettes. I go, oh my God. And the other one was about different muscle cars. Still, same thing. It was like a lowrider magazine had sex with a penthouse and made a video. It's like boing.
Send a clear message that you want to help make customers feel that they've been treated like individuals and prevent or relieve stressful situations.
Oh yeah, I remember talking about this last time
Service
too
principle
because I
number
hate
one
the
and-
fact that like when those sentences come up next to her, every word in the new line is capitalized, and that bugged the crap out of me because it's a sentence.
It's the right thing to do.
No.
3 skills called guideposts. Guidepost number 1 is listen effectively. Guidepost number 2
Talk
is
easily.
act promptly. Guidepost number 3 is ask for feedback. The
How did you like me holding in my hand and telling you to shush?
first guidepost, listen effectively. Listening effectively lets customers know that you've really understood what they've said.
I really understand you. You like Deep Blue Sea. I'm a Samuel L. Jackson fan too. We understand each other.
As a result of listening effectively,
You do that thing where like,
have you seen Sphere?
Maybe not. You know, in like Predator 2, when like Dutch and Carl Weathers like do that handshake and their muscles are all big. There's another thing that happens. It happened a lot in like 80s and 90s movies where like 2 dudes on like a sports team like grab the back of each other's necks and like rub their heads together. That's what I do with every customer that comes into my shop. I go, whoa, you coming in for a drink? I grab the back of their neck and I smash my face into theirs.
It's a pretty far reach because the bar is pretty big.
Is pretty wide, but they're often confused and they often then leave without buying anything. But I do it every time.
effectively, customers feel good about you in the store. Stressful situations can become less difficult,
I was so stressed, but this videotape really calmed me down.
and positive interactions can be
I
made
do a good
even better.
impression of listening to
We'll now watch
customers while
2
actually
video
zoning
examples
out.
of CSRs as
It's
they
great. As long as you don't as long as your eyes, if you can zone out without your eyes like slightly spreading or coming together a little bit, you're golden. Because sometimes you'll just go, As long as you're not like, you're gold.
as they listen effectively to customers.
Yeah, remember the 16 P's of success. Mr. Yabo, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Pomp and circumstance. Please don't flush sanitary napkins down the toilet.
I
Video
hate
example has
David
2
Cross
parts.
so much.
In video example 1A, the customer makes a comment or expresses a concern, but the CSR misses the opportunity to listen
Tell them to get bent.
Stop the tape after video example 1A.
Why?
and
Why
answer the
capitalize each goddamn word?
It's catchy.
questions in your workbook before going on to
She's
video
in a Serbian film.
example 1B.
Yeah, that's what I was. Sallow or 120 Days in Sodom. You guys like that? You ever tasted poop? Example 1A.
I've heard this is a great workout video,
Look
but
at her,
I haven't
the
actually
clip
seen it.
of her
I don't
phone
know if
on
it's the
her
right one
pants.
For me. I mean, I don't want to be stuck buying it.
That's not a phone. And P.S. People can't see that. Let me show
Oh,
them.
I can't tell what they can't see. Sorry. What's
Here we
that
go.
clip?
This, friends, it's a pager.
Oh, her pager.
It's a
Got
pager.
it.
Krista's a little
Look
young.
at the clip of the pager on her pants.
Guys, you guys remember that commercial? You can't see me. You guys remember that commercial, the Motorola pager, where anytime someone buzzes you, you're like seconds away from fun? That's what we had back then. When we wanted fun, we got a pager and we waited. So walkie-talkie. Yeah,
Roger.
There's someone out in the parking lot. Roger, Ernest, scared stupid, acquired. Over.
Buying it and then watch it once or twice and then file it away forever.
Don't worry about that happening with this one. It's very popular.
P.S. If you're a lazy asshole, it doesn't matter. Buy all the health food and exercise tapes you want. Unless you put your money where your fat ass is when you get home, it won't matter. But you can't tell a customer that. Plus, she's not super fat, so I'd be like, hey, you should have seen the chick earlier. Ass like this. Huge. Flat, too. Terrible. Spotted the original Star Wars? Oh, there's typo. Guys, I was just watching that Red Letter Media video where they go over, not Enemy Mine, but like Enemy Front or Enemy something, and then that movie that Billy Blanks and Roddy Piper was in. He made a good decision removing his hair. There was Friends tapes back there too.
Star Wars is where her hand is.
In video example 1B, the customer again makes a
Where's my mushroom dealer?
comment or expresses a concern, but this time the CSR does listen effectively.
Direct him to the box. There's a customer complaint and or concern box over there. I'm going to do that at my spot. What I'm going to do is, like, I've got a garbage can already. I'm just going to write on the lid.
Complaints?
Complaint.
Or suggestion box?
Yeah. Customer advice. I'm so fucking sick and tired of people giving me advice on how to run my business. You need a microwave for hot dogs. You need sports on a TV. You need video games. Great. Write that down. The box is over there. It stinks like shit because that's what your advice is.
After watching video example 1B, stop the tape and
Kimbo
jot down your
Slice?
answers to the questions in the workbook.
It was the typo. It was not Kimbo Slice. Mr. Yabo. Billy Blanks. Kimbo Slice was that jackass
He was that big
balding
MMA
dude.
fighter, right?
Yeah. He was a backyard fighter made of the MMA,
Yeah.
and now he's dead. R.I.P. Kimbo Slice.
He died?
Before
Yeah.
going on to video example
We watched him when I was in college. We paid pay-per-view shit of him fighting.
Back when MMA was actually mixed martial arts and not just everybody studies the same grappling and shit. That was what I don't want to digress too much, but
Let's talk about Kimbo Slice.
No, I'm talking about MMA. Back when MMA first started, I remember playing video games regarding MMA on the Dreamcast. But
Get some
every
Advil.
person who came to that situation had fucking a style they were. That was the point of mixed martial arts. You studied grappling, or you were into ninjutsu, or you did kempo, or you did something that was an established style, and then you fucking went and tried to it was. Deadliest Warrior, the Discovery Channel did for a while. Or when bugs fight. When you go, it's a stag beetle versus a rhino beetle. Everybody had a different style, and the point was to see who was more proficient in that style.
You're right. Now
And
everybody
now
does
it's
the
just
same thing.
Well, everybody's got a striking game and grappling, and now it's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, R.I.P. Dreamcast. Yes, gone too soon. I called it the PlayStation 1.5. Fucking awesome. Tragic Sega had to do that. And by do that, I mean suck and die.
Who was that? When I was watching MMA when I was in college, what's Gina's last name? Gina something. She was like one of the biggest.
Gina Carano?
Yeah.
I remember Tito Ortiz and a bunch of other dudes.
A girl.
But
I know. I was asking for the girl's name.
Yeah, Gina Carano. I remember just dudes, sometimes you would just have a dude who thought he was tough and he'd show up. That was the best part about that shit. They all had different, because you wanted to be rooting for a team. But whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Gina Davis. That's not Gina Davis.
Yeah, Gina Davis.
I've heard this was a great workout.
Oh, not for nothing, but speaking of MMA,
MDMA.
I'm black. I'm Tony the Black Dragon Lord. Sorry, a locale reference. Who's the chick? She was in Deadpool. She destroyed her career. She was an MMA fighter who was in Deadpool, super tall, black hair, great rack, and then she didn't take. She probably was always this way, but she tipped her hand and she's far right, and now she's only on Republican movie streaming services.
Well, that's a bummer.
She was such I really liked her. Oh, it was Gina Carano? Okay, did bingo. I was gonna say I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, she had so much potential, and now she's in some fucking Gone with the Wind. What's that? The fucking Down on the Prairie. What is that show called? Something on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie?
Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, she's now in period pieces where she's wearing 17 layers. It's my goodness gracious. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Workout video, but I haven't actually seen it. I don't know if it's the right one for me. I mean, I don't want to be stuck buying it and then
Check it out. There's Billy Blanks right there, guys. Kimbo, Billy, Slice, Blanks right there.
watch it once or twice and then file it away forever.
You want to be sure that this tape is the right one for
Wait till you're in the 2025s and have 17 boxes of DVDs, lady.
Who's the Tyra Banks? That bitch has a Tyra Banks forehead.
Yes. I feel like we said that last time.
Still true. It's happened to Ryan Maxwell. You had the blue Tybo tape? Did you learn anything? Can you fight Billy Blanks now?
Or Kimbo?
My boyfriend's birthday's coming up, and he loves movies. Problem is, he's so particular. He'll never tell me if I've got the wrong one.
Particular?
I mean, if I get him a movie, he'll tell me it's perfect, even if he hates it. You know what I mean?
How about getting him a video game instead?
No.
Dude, I hate when he plays video games.
Yeah, Gina Carano, so sad. I was like, seeing her in Deadpool, I was like, boing again. You know what I mean?
Well,
when later she's like, here's the thing: whatever way you lean, I don't give a fuck what your politics are. Keep them to your fucking self.
Yeah.
Because the second you go, well, I think you just made half of America your enemy.
Correct.
Just be a good actor, be hot, be whatever you're going to be. Be completely bankrupt of all skills and have huge tits. The second you go, I like blah, goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't care. I don't care. You're an entertainer. You'll never know how I feel about stuff. I mean, you probably will, but I will make a big fucking deal about it because, like, I'm not here to do that. I'm not a political pundit. I'm not a scientist. I'm nothing. I'm basically nothing. And that's why you're here. You guys like nothing.
FGO, to answer your question, sometimes it's a little weird. However, when Gina Carano first came out as, like, in the MMA, like, whatever you want to call it, ring, whatever, when I was in college, I thought she was pretty hot. And
yes,
I mean,
you guys don't hear like how my wife lusts over Elliot Stabler. It's not a one-way street, okay? Thank you and good night.
My boyfriend's birthday's coming up.
Hey, but in my defense, you got Mariska Hargitay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you find someone attractive, it's not against her lesser Gary Busey.
Oh yeah, no.
All those veneers. She loves veneers. That's her thing. Get him Superman 64. But it was just called Superman. All the 64 you added at the end of the title was just like a delineation. It was just
really
Superman. Yeah. Most 64 titles, you would say blank 64 to let everybody know that you chose poorly.
Oh, hey!
The PlayStation had so many more features, and like Nintendo stuck with cartridges. So anytime you say blank 64, you go, oh, you don't know what you have. It's shit.
Movies. Problem is, he's so particular. He'll
For the
never tell me
Commodore
if I got the
64, ugh.
wrong one. I mean, if I get him a movie, he'll tell me that he thinks
Brick's
it's
wife used to
perfect,
yell out
even if he
boobs
hates
when
it. You know what I mean?
anywhere on the TV and he wasn't in the room.
Yeah, I mean, do yourself a favor.
I have respect for nice boobs.
You really enjoy.
Those principles to speak of. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Nothing. I've got nothing.
Right? Something he might even get for himself.
Right.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't. Again, we're diverging again. But yes, the
Shocker.
PlayStation had so much more to offer than the N64. Like, don't get me wrong, Nintendo, like, they've always been able to make entertaining and pleasing gameplay loops, right? Like Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart, Mario Party. All of them have a very addictive and simple way of getting you addicted. But if you had a complex mind or a discerning taste, you went to the PlayStation because there were so many more options. Nintendo still had like a very high threshold for like family friendly shit, notwithstanding like Conker's Bad Fur Day and shit like that. But like the PlayStation had so much more. Here's the thing, Brick, GoldenEye, don't give a fuck. Don't give a single shit. I thought it controlled like shit. I thought it looked like shit. It was just, I don't know. It like Counter-Strike is the only thing I could liken it to. Counter-Strike to me looked like shit, but everybody I knew played it because it was easily accessible. Here's the thing. You do you, right? I'm a toaster strudel and RC kind of guy. I'm also a PlayStation back in the day. I have an Xbox now. It doesn't matter. Corporate allegiances are pointless, but when given the choice, I would went with the thing that had Twisted Metal, that had everything I wanted was on the PlayStation. Nothing I wanted was on the N64, save for Smash Brothers. And maybe that's the only gem in that crown, the jewel, rather. They had Smash Brothers. PlayStation tried their PlayStation All-Stars bullshit. I was like, pass hardcore. Anyway, back at it. Everybody loves a nice set of cans.
By acting promptly, you demonstrate a sense of urgency that lets customers know that their needs are important.
What is that?
Acting promptly means acknowledging the customer's presence immediately and stopping any non-customer related activities. You will now have a chance to watch 2 video examples of CSRs as they act promptly with customers. Each video example has 2 parts. In video example...
Really quick, I want to ask you guys something. Did you... I don't know how to put this. So like when PC culture started rolling and gathering steam, but wasn't doing anything important, when it went from like janitor to custodian to like sanitation engineer or whatever, did that change your mind or feeling towards anybody? Like from being a stewardess to a flight attendant or a cash register jockey to a whatever. It like to me, it never felt like anything changed. Like we changed the nomenclature so people got to feel a little better with like a more, polysyllabic title. But like, if you're not going to pay me more or make my situation any better, what do I care if I'm a janitor versus a like sanitation engineer or whatever it is? You know what I mean? I never got that. Because I've been in manual jobs. I've been in, office settings. I don't care what you call me, as long as you don't treat me like shit and I get paid what I think I'm worth, which is often like, man, what is that? I don't know. Speaking of Mariska Hargitay and boobs, yeah, her mom was James Manfield. And tragic, like, we don't need to get into it, but like, I remember Mariska Hargitay showing up on some like talk show and someone being like, so your mom's dead. And like, that was pretty crazy, right? I'm like, a little classless.
Example 1A, the CSR misses the opportunity to act promptly. Stop the tape after video.
Okay, also, Brick, your dad bought you an N64. Here's the thing. My life could have been 180 degrees different because my best friend at the time, when an N64 was big, we played Smash Brothers all the time. The only thing worth playing. Smash Brothers, maybe some Diddy Kong. The rest of it was trash. Never got into Zelda, never did any of that shit. So I asked my parents, I said, God damn it, please, for this Christmas, the Christmas that the N64 and the PlayStation were battling it out, I said, get me an N64. They go, can do. As usual, they fucked it up. They always did. So I go down Christmas morning, I open up a PlayStation. And my mom goes, well, I gave you the PlayStation because the games were cheaper. And I go, what the fuck? I wanted an N64 because I wanted to play Smash Brothers. Little did I know. Twisted Metal 1, 2, to a lesser extent 3, sold me. Twisted Metal 2, I brought it up before. Mel McMurrin, the actual voice of Calypso from number 2, and probably number 3 too, I think. I think it was in number 3. 2 and 3, Mel McMurrin made that system for me. 2 especially. I remember having an actual, like, emotional moment when I was playing as Grasshopper in Twisted Metal 2. She was basically, I don't know what you'd call her. Not a sleeper agent, but she was like a plant, right? Grasshopper was put together by Spectre and I think maybe Twister, the cops, Twisted. So Calypso's daughter, died or something. She was Grasshopper. So the cops put her back together with a bomb inside of her. And I just remember almost crying because I played the whole game as Grasshopper, one of the worst fucking characters of Twisted Metal 2. Made it all the way to the end. Calypso comes out. There's Mel McMurrin's voice. Fucking perfect. Turns out, whoa, he's like, hey, it's my daughter. And he immediately looks into her because he has magic powers. And he's like, she's a bomb. I'm going to die. And she says, hold me, Daddy. I'm afraid it's going to hurt. I'm getting choked up as I speak. Especially now that I have my own kid, it hits me on a deeper level. But Calypso embraces his daughter and they hold still for a moment and then she explodes and they both die.
I didn't know Twisted Metal had an actual story.
Fucking heartbreaking. Yeah.
Because it was...
The story of Twisted Metal is it's post-apocalypse. Calypso is this magic djinn/genie type character who's taken over the world. And if you compete in his competition of car combat, if you win, you get a wish granted. So at least in the second one, Warthog wishes for the body of a 20-year-old. Should have wished for a head of a 20-year-old too, because he's got a corpse head on a 20-year-old's body. Hammerhead, those two douchebags wish they could fly, and he goes, your wish is granted. They jump off the building and die, and he's like, here are your plane tickets. Spectre is super vain, and he wishes to be seen by everybody in the world, so Calypso grabs his face and stretches it over the world so everybody can see it. Minion, I forget what he does. Sweet Tooth, he's a demented clown, so he just turns into a caterpillar that eats other bugs in a garden. Mr. Grimm wants to eat all the souls on Earth because he's the Grim Reaper, but after he's eaten everybody, he realizes that now he's going to starve to death because there's no more living human beings on the planet. It was a very complex
game.
Story-wise, the game was not complex, but the storyline, it was very compelling. The guy who rode the bulldozer, I can't remember his name. He just wanted to build the biggest building in the world, and he falls off and dies. That's the thing. It was always a genie-type wish where they got what they want essentially, but then fucking...
But it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because, I think the only one who came out on top was, Twister. She was in, a Formula 1 car, and I think she actually took out Calypso or something. But, everybody had their wishes twisted. And it fucking hit me right in the heart.
If Dave got an N64, he would just be some dork.
Seriously.
He would have no riz.
No, yes.
I mean...
You don't have riz.
Jameson. I was too young to say fuck in front of my parents, comfortably. But at the time I hit high school, I was dropping F-bombs like crazy. But this was junior high. And I just remember looking at it and looking at them and going, I wanted an N64. And my mom going, well, the games were cheaper for this. And I go,
you don't have Riz.
I got an N64 from my grandparents, and I never even asked for video games when I was whatever age I was. 98. When did
98? She was 98.
When did N64 come out? Was it 98? Because I don't know why that's 90s, sticking in my head.
SNES came out in like 94, I feel. So it was like 90. Maybe it was 98. 98, 99. I don't know. I wasn't in
For 1B, the CSR
96.
does
Okay.
act.
Thank you.
After watching video example 1B, stop the tape and jot down your answers to the workbook questions before going on to video example.
SNES was 91. Yes, right. Yeah, because I remember I got an NES from my parents for Christmas like a year after the SNES was launched, which is why I thought, yeah, I go, yeah, Calypso was the king of the monkey paw wishes. And P.S., you may never find yourself in the opportunity to do this, but anytime you can interact with Mel McMurrin, dude is the coolest fucking dude on the planet. Everyone I've ever met who is like a quasi-celebrity or an actual celebrity, like Popeye Vogelsang from Far Side, Mel McMurrin, Mark Maxey, oh God, the singer from Slothfist, I can't remember Eric Daniels. Everybody I've ever met and had on the show, fucking super cool, but Calypso stands out as like number one on my list because like childhood icon.
Example 2. Again, stop the tape after the first example and answer the workbook questions before going on to the next.
It's a little dry. It's a little dry. I don't want any zombie turkeys. I don't want any turkeys to come and kill me.
Both of those are great movies.
Oh, I know. I've been wanting to see both of them, but I only have time to watch one over the weekend.
First, I was sick of them. Now I wish they were dead.
You know, one of those movies is a 5-day rental. You can watch one movie over the weekend and watch the other one later in the week.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah, bye. In case you couldn't read. One says 2-day, one says 5-day. Just read it, bitch. Simpsons go Calypso. Speaking of Calypso. Oh, great. What? A line? I'm not even holding any videotapes. Fuck this place, he said.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Pulp Fiction, but there's a line. No, thank you. Didn't I hit go? Yeah, we're just waiting for this. There we go. Finally. To be continued. It's not a tumor.
How are you today?
Hey, Dante.
Late for dinner. Thought I'd pick up a video on the way home, but it looks like everyone else had the same idea.
My wife's making spaghetti. We're poor, by the way.
Specific video in mind?
Yeah. Pulp Fiction. Tarantino rule.
Guys, it's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, we've seen this.
You got that right. I just saw it on the
I know,
shelf.
but I forgot about it. So the Pulp Fiction is
I thought you remembered because I remembered it was Pulp Fiction.
I totally forgot.
Tarantino rules.
I was just talking about Pulp Fiction from the earlier, like the Michael Stipe Pulp Fiction.
A few minutes ago. You're in a hurry.
Guys, my wife is making spaghetti.
God!
I swear to you, my kid says this. I started saying this to my kid now.
This is a nightmare.
I shake him, and then he says, "Daddy, can I shake you?" And I go, "Yeah, I guess so."
I'll tell you what. Just get online. I'll go grab the video and bring it over to you. That'll buy you a few extra minutes. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy.
A few extra minutes, like 30 seconds.
Yes, now it's like the year 2000. I'm looking for Pulp Fiction. I'll go find it for you, and then you can wait in line. Like you couldn't just walk over. What would it? It wouldn't be drama. Would it be action? What would Pulp Fiction be in?
Probably action.
I couldn't find Pulp Fiction, and now there's a line. I didn't even have the video. Go find it.
To exceed expectations, it's important not only to listen, but also to ask customers how Blockbuster can improve or keep doing the right thing.
Now show it empty.
Asking for feedback makes customers feel that their opinions and ideas are valued. Here are 2 video examples of
It's a pulp subsection.
Yeah, it's in the fiction section subcategory pulp. The fuck?
CSRs asking customers
The Dewey Decimal System up in this
Oh,
Blockbuster.
God.
for feedback.
You guys know what the Dewey Decimal System is, or are you guys all too young? I know Brick isn't.
Video example has 2 parts.
Burn! He didn't try to pickle until he was 45. The song said it.
In video example 1A, the CSR misses the opportunity to ask for feedback.
How did you like me telling you to wait in line while I got your video? Good? Bad?
Indifferent?
Hell yeah, Brick, you did. I did.
Yeah, me too.
Fucking
I'm returning
stupid.
this video. Thanks very much.
You didn't even
Bye,
run it.
bitch. Put it through the slot next time.
Thank you. What opportunity was missed? Hey, do you want to go out for a burrito? Yeah, I remember being taught the Dewey Decimal System.
Well,
like,
yeah.
2nd and 3rd grade.
You
They
had
go,
to be.
When you go,
Cool.
Me to clerk. Do you have Popeye with Robin Williams? Clerk. Sir, we have rented that 65. You've rented that 65 times now. Just buy the tape and please seek help.
You don't have Riz.
I've been drinking. I can't read very well.
In video example 1B, the CSR does ask for feedback.
I'm returning this video.
did you like the video? Did you like returning it? Would you have liked to return it sooner or later? Please. Feedback.
Could you have just done it through the slot outside?
Great. How'd you like it?
Oh, it was great. Tamir was such a
Your
good actor.
Snow.
Did you see him in Ronin?
You know, not for nothing. Like that's one of the things about VHS. Like, I as much as I big up the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action Jim Henson movie, as much as I big up the 1994 classic Alec Baldwin vehicle, The Shadow, the video I watched more than anything probably as a kid was Harry and the Hendersons. Wore that shit out. But that was the thing. Like, you could tell how much you like something by the wear and tear on the physical media.
Yeah. I never
Drunk with that, says Jameson.
I never watched like
Videos? Cassettes, rather? I mean, we all watch videos.
Yeah, like my most watched movie in my younger years was probably A Walk to Remember when I was in middle school. Like before
Is that where
that,
the kid dies from bee stings?
no, that's what Mandy Moore.
What's the one where Macaulay Culkin dies of bee stings?
I don't know, but this was Mandy Moore
Problem
and
Child? No, it's not that. Yeah, I know Mandy Moore. I was obviously making a joke. But yeah, A Walk to Remember was something that I avoided at all costs.
well, you weren't a girl.
I saw Titanic once at the behest of a girl. That's why I saw the Goo Goo Dolls in concert. The amount of things I did, my girl, thank you. The amount of things I did for
ladies.
You don't have Riz.
Like
for Riz.
Yeah, for the Riz factor, I go, God damn it. How much did I get laid? Not a lot. 0, as a matter of fact.
Still doesn't.
Still doesn't. I'm still a virgin. My son was a virgin birth. I looked at Krista, I said, have a boy. And she goes, I guess.
Action and De Niro's awesome. I just saw it on the shelf. Would you like
Walking
to check it out?
across the Keanu?
Yes, but I don't have much
Home Alone
time.
4,
Where is it?
Oops, All
It's over in
Beans.
action.
All
Let me get
beans.
someone to help you. Oh, thanks.
That's when Buzz eats all the pizza and leaves nothing but bees for Macaulay.
Oh,
McClucklin.
good one, FDO.
What?
He saw the Goo Goo Dolls. He didn't want the world to see him.
Not for nothing. I would never have like chosen to go see the Goo Goo Dolls. Not a bad show. And not for any reason you'd expect. Like the Goo Goo Dolls, it was late 90s, early 2000s. The funniest, not the funniest, I should say the best, which is also the funniest part of that concert. I went to the Cricket Pavilion, which is God knows what now. But he kept, like, during the first song, almost through the entire thing, he kept looking over to the stagehand, pointing to himself and pointing up like he couldn't hear himself in his earpiece.
And they ignored
and
him?
spent like 3.5 minutes being like, as he was playing and singing. Didn't affect the show at all. I was like, yeah, it's great. Home Alone 4, I believe, was Taking Back the House. That's right. Yeah, you're right. It was Taking Back the House with French Stewart and Missy Pyle. Did I watch it? No. Will I watch it? No.
Hello?
Hello. He's like a thinner Shaq.
He looks a little bit like A-Train from The Boys.
Here you go. What did he do wrong? Nothing.
If you're an introvert, he did exactly what you want someone behind a counter to do. If you're me, he did exactly what you want to happen to you. He took the thing, he rang it up, he accepted payment, he let the man leave. Didn't take it easy on the Pepsi. Right. And that was the thing. I learned this later and I go, whoa. But like with the benefit of hindsight, even as a kid, I probably shouldn't have been impressed by this. The kid who was drinking the Pepsi with the rubber sheets, like the uncle who's like, get out of here, you nosy little pervert. The kid who was drinking the Pepsi was Macaulay Culkin's younger brother. Also still an actor. Not a fan.
What are we talking about?
Home Alone.
4?
1! With Buzz, the kid drinking the Pepsi. Did anyone order just plain cheese?
I don't think I ever saw
How's it going,
Home Alone.
Mr. Been enjoying your free rentals?
Yes, I have.
The Oscar winner.
What program is that? How do you get free rentals?
Shut up. You're not
That's
in line.
the Blockbuster Rewards program.
Please, wait your turn, ma'am.
It'll be a
Let me
minute.
finish up.
Dude's mustache is like manicured within an inch of its life. And if it lost a little bit of the tail, that's a straight up Hitler step.
Yes, 100%.
Dudes and dudettes. If you're a cop, you have to manicure your mustache to keep it like above your lips and like very high and tight. The Predator mustache, if you will, which is ironic because it's also the cop stash.
Well, yes.
Do like me. Grow it. Don't set a limit unless you're in a place where like they have to, like for your whatever dress code. In that case, don't have a mustache. Just don't. If you can, grow it to its fullest extent. I only got rid of mine because of a recent illness and it was constantly caked in mucus. So I said, enough of that shit. I'll start from scratch. So here we are. We're starting from scratch. But let it grow wild and free. For as the old saying goes, let your mustache grow wild and free. The more you manicure it, the more you're going to look like a fucking weirdo or like this dude where it's like 1 micron of hair and you're this far away from being a fascist. Just don't do it.
Up with Mr. Lopez here, and I'll tell you all about it.
Okay,
I
sounds
guess he did
good.
want an Oscar. The consensus is. What's his name? Something McCulkin, obviously. Macaulay. Not
Kieran.
McCulkin. Kieran McCulkin.
Kieran? Kieran or
Macaulay Culkin. Kieran Culkin. McClucklin. Yeah, you're a cop. You're either a cop or a predator. Unless they show you a badge, they're a predator. And even if they do.
I feel like cops now can also have a beard.
Yeah, they're loosening up. You can have tats and shit now.
Yeah.
Being a
At least out
customer
here.
service champion means taking personal responsibility for ensuring that the customer receives the best possible service from Blockbuster.
Like, lead them to the glory hole. Don't just point it out.
This may mean going to the extra mile for a customer. Here are 2 video examples of CSRs demonstrating ways to be a customer service
Cash register servants.
champion.
No.
Each video example has 2 parts. In video example 1A,
It's cash register something. They're just
CSRs.
Yeah.
Customer Service
Here's the thing.
Representative.
It's a code. You take the R and the S and you flip it. You just have to find out what the S is, and then all the powers of Blockbuster are unlocked.
Secret dyslexia.
Cash register something.
1A, the CSR misses an opportunity to be a customer service champion.
Hi, I'm looking for a film called Last Holiday with Alec Guinness.
You know, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's Alec Guinness.
Wasn't the last holiday with Queen Latifah?
Sorry, we don't carry that.
Maybe.
She was like dying or whatever.
I don't know
and
if it was called The Last Holiday. It might have been a remake or a yeah, a remake like The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage. Because in the first one, it was instead of Stabler's mom, who's I think Ellen Birkenstock.
Yeah, something like that.
Instead of Ellen
Birkenstocks.
Merkin.
Ellen Mirren?
It was Christopher Lee played the main like crazy haired character, and the main cop was just like some dude. I don't know.
That one.
Okay. Thanks for checking.
No problem.
Bingo! It is a remake. What, and like what? Like so is Alec Guinness the Queen Latifah character?
No.
Like if they remade Joe versus the Volcano and they put Chris Pratt as the Meg Ryan character. The fuck?
In video example 1B, the CSR is a customer service champion.
CSR, customer service champion. That doesn't make sense either. Cash register champion?
Hi.
No.
I'm looking for a film called Last Holiday with Alec Guinness.
With Queen Latifah. I'm also looking for Taxi with Queen Latifah and Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I realize it's a box office flop and it's total trash, but I love shitty movies. Oh my God.
We don't stock that one here, but we do have some other great Alec Guinness movies.
Have you heard of Star Wars, you stupid bitch?
It's
like country music in the background.
He's the lawyer. He left here to go on, if you're a true crime fan.
Yeah.
This Blockbuster employee went on to interrogate Amy Day. Your mother in the backyard with fresh
Fake
soil
flowers.
and fake flowers. Your mother was buried in the backyard, Amy. Your mother. Also, the Nathan X.
Yeah, actually, that's one of my favorites. But I really had my heart set on Last Holiday.
You know, maybe we can find a copy from one of the other stores. Do you want me to go ahead and call them for you?
Yeah,
The
that would
lawyer.
be great. Thank you.
My pleasure. Let me get.
I can't remember Karen McCulkin. Oh, you mean Home Alone 1?
Some information from you so I can let you
Where he pisses the bed?
know where to find it, or do you want to wait for me to check for you?
Fine, I'll wait.
God damn it.
That country music in the background is weird. Weird.
I need more boing sound effects like in the first video with Michael Stipe.
That accent was the same one you had for Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yeah. A little bit.
The lawyer.
The
Jean-Claude
lawyer.
Van Damme.
What did Jean-Claude Van Damme say? I remember he was interviewed one time in the Adam Carolla show, and like he was the worst interviewee ever. Where Adam Carolla was like, oh, blah, 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 and ask a question, and he'd go, Time Cop. The time-traveling lawyer. I'm coming, Charlie. Charlie! Oh, yeah, from Street Fighter. Charlie! I'm going to kick, stick my foot so far up M. Bison's ass! You know, fucking Guile. Yeah. Hey, the most American character in Street Fighter. I don't know. Maybe we'll cast it with some dude from Brussels. Charlie!
He's got the muscles, though.
Hi, I'm Jeff. You look like you
Scary area.
Yeah, hi. My wife sent me in
It's a very inside reference.
for a movie, and I can't remember the name.
That's tough. Good luck.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, George Lowe. Oh, no, George Lowe died today? R.I.P. George Lowe. He was also, he played a huge part in the early seasons of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like, he played himself. George Lowe. Jorm Loam, he called himself. No, I'm kidding, for God's sakes. Oh, yeah, there is the PlayStation logo. Back before we called it the PS1, right? Well, like with the benefit of hindsight, World War I got changed name. They called it the Great War first. They called it the PlayStation. Now it's the PS1. They shrunk it down to the size of a vanilla wafer.
Hey,
Hi,
bro.
I'm Jeff. You look like you could use some help.
Yeah, hi. My wife sent me in for a movie. I can't remember the name.
Yes. JCVD, although a top tier B level action star,
I could watch him all day.
Not a great interviewee.
I can believe that though. Yes.
He's about on par with like Steven Seagal in like
personality?
Not personality, because he actually has one. JCVD has a personality. He just doesn't have Toyota Corolla. Yeah, interesting question. Here's the thing. I used to listen to Adam Carolla back in the day religiously. So back early 2000s, obviously, from I don't know what the time span was, but here in Arizona, we had a talk radio station that wasn't relegated to AM radio. So we had like luminaries. We had Tom Likas, we had Adam Carolla, Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, which I could take or leave, but back in the days you had talk radio, I had a radio in my pocket, I would listen. And then because it was Adam Carolla and his co-host was Danny Bonaducci, who did not realize he was a co-host. He kept trying to be a host. Wasn't. So it was Adam Carolla, Danny Bonaducci, Teresa Strasser. They kicked Bonaducci off and gave him his own show because CBS had to pay him his contract. So they go, well, have your own show for a little bit. That got shit canned. Then it was Board Op or the sound guy Brian. Great show. And not to bring it back, but shut the fuck up about your politics.
Yeah.
Adam Carolla was one of the things that I looked forward to. And then when because out here in the Valley, he was on 101.5 before it became Kiss FM or whatever the fuck it is now. And then he went and became a podcast. And I go, that's what I want to do. I was a podcast back in 2009. But I don't know, man. It was the heyday when it was just nice to have somebody talking instead of music. And I would listen to Tom Likas, because the day after they would release their radio shows on iTunes. So I would listen to it a day behind, but I would listen to Tom Likas and Likas 101 and all those misogynistic fucks being like, yeah, Tom, I spent $17 on an Egg McMuffin breakfast and banged this slut in the butt. And I go, cool, but that was their only option. Before you had an infinite sea of things you could look for, true crime podcast or any other anything you wanted. You could just type it in and find something that was your flavor. I was so into terrestrial talk radio. I cannot believe it because we had no other options. I fucking love that shit.
Brick couldn't stand Danny Bonaducci.
No, yeah, he was a complete attention whore and often derailed the show into incredibly unfunny and cringeworthy segments. All he did was talk about how much he wanted. He would go, oh yeah, I would go down to the liquor store and buy a bottle of vodka and a pack of smokes. He's like, Gretchen, take me back. That was his whole thing. He got divorced. He had a reality show on MTV for a while, Living Bonaducci or whatever the fuck it was.
His name sounds familiar, so that's probably where I saw him.
He was the redhead from the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
Hit the skids, sort of turned it around, did some celebrity boxing type stuff, but yeah, fucking terrible.
Romance, comedy.
It's comedy.
Do you know who's in it?
I'm drawing a blank.
That's Alec Guinness. Mark Hamill is in there. I think Darth Vader was there. It's a hilarious movie.
This is so
can't remember her name.
Okay. Have you seen her in any other films?
Yeah, we saw her in that movie. It's about email.
Oh, you mean You've Got Mail?
Yeah, that's it.
That'd be.
Oh my God, I want to talk about this now. You've Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle. Both, I think, were Meg Ryan vehicles with Tom Hanks. You've Got Mail was definitely a Tom Hanks vehicle. One of the stories, Meg Ryan, When Harry Met Sally, right? Recently, it's depressing and cringeworthy and sad all in one. They dredged up the reanimated corpses of Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan after her horrible face surgeries. And they're both eating sandwiches in a restaurant and recreating the fake orgasm scene from When Harry Met Sally. And it's just Billy Crystal, you can see in his eyes, he's like, why did I sign up for this Best Foods mayonnaise commercial? And then you remember what the check was, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But seeing her horrifyingly surgically altered and fucked up face be and In like when Harry met Sally, he's looking around because he's embarrassed. He's making sex noises. I imagine in this mayonnaise commercial, he's embarrassed to be across from Meg Ryan.
Probably.
Fucking terrible. Did we? Thank you.
Yeah, we did. Yes.
I can't stop bringing it up because every time YouTube shows it to me, it's even more cringeworthy. And the thing is, they must know that it's a fucking disaster. Because in more recent times, when YouTube shows it to me, it went from like a perfect recreation of her having a fake orgasm looking like Mickey Rourke in a blonde wig. They've just went, or rather they went from that with a whole like, and like Billy Crystal going like, check please, or whatever he says, to just like a side shot, no close-ups of either of them, and Meg Ryan going, and they go, mayonnaise. So they knew it was a fucking bad idea, but they probably spent millions of dollars on those two to recreate that scene to go like, oh, fuck, this is cringe.
Oh, yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Best Foods is called Hellman's on the other side of the Mississippi. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like with Hardee's and
right,
Carl's
Hardee's
Jr.
and Carl's Jr., yeah.
Yes, Carl's Jr., Superior.
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay, she's been in lots of good comedies. Like
Has she?
Sleepless in Seattle with Tom Hanks.
That's the comedy?
Could that be it?
Sleepless in Seattle. No, I don't think that's it.
Let's see.
Have you seen that mayonnaise commercial?
She's also been in
French Kiss. That's it. That's the one.
Oh, great. Let's go find it.
With
Thanks.
Gerard Depardieu. What was that? My Dad the Shit. What was that fucking movie where like Gerard Depardieu was like the dad of someone? And I remember seeing the trailer a million times where he's like on a boat, water skiing. It's like My Dad the Frenchman or something. I don't know. Colonel Blast Atomic Fart Sauce or something. Yes, fucking. I don't know what episode it's from, but the running gag is the hot sauces, and I think like Roger does one too, where like it's like they keep waking up from dreams or whatever. Like it's one of the funniest. Anytime you have a hot sauce, My Father the Hero. Yes, thank you, James. I knew you'd know it. But like that whole running gag, like the worst episodes have the best B plots, and in that one, what are the like? And then they go, oh, I gotta stop eating so much of Colonel Butt Blast or Dr. Fart Faces or whatever. And they go, well, just a little more. Like Francine and Steve both do it. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, My Father the Hero, Gerard Depardieu.
My Father the Green Card.
I was like, why does everybody find him sexy?
I've never heard of him. I have to see what he
Had a
looks like.
chance to learn and practice the 3 service principles. Focus on the customer.
Work
take
the balls.
personal
I'm only 5 years
responsibility,
younger than you.
And
That's
6.
all it takes. 17. She's 17 years younger than me.
use good judgment.
That's all it takes.
Using these service principles
French
when
kiss with
everything
Calvin
is going right
Klein.
is
Calvin Klein.
Kevin Klein.
in building customer loyalty.
He looks just like Gary
What
Busey.
will often keep customers loyal is
Yeah, he looks like a bloated whale carcass that washed up on the shore with blonde hair and Gary Busey's face.
using the principles when
Terrible.
things aren't going so well. Since this requires special skill and some adaptation of the principles, the next 3 modules focus on 3 challenging services.
Colonel Buttchuck's irradiated sphincter scorcher sauce. Yeah, Butt Chuggington, one of my favorite characters I made up.
Oh, my
You guys remember
tablet
that?
fell.
You guys don't remember that. But back in the day when I had just a podcast, right? It wasn't a video thing.
We have an image of it that pops up, I'm sure.
You've probably seen it, but Butt Chuggington was a character I made up. So here's the thing. Butt Chuggington was a dude who would sneak into, he was the bane of the Total Wine manager.
Yes.
So he would just go into a Total Wine and start funneling wine into his ass with like a beer bong style, but he would butt chug it. So his name was Butt Chuggington. And every time he would sneak into a Total Wine, he'd get loaded through his ass, and the manager would go like, hey, and chase him out of the store. And then he'd shake his fist and he'd go, Butt Chuggington.
And yes, he looked just like BTK.
Yeah. He never got trespassed, though, because like that would be the thing to do. Just like trespass him, and when he shows up, call the cops. But he never did. The manager's always just like, Butt Chuggington. And then in a few weeks, he'd show back up, butt chug a bottle of Merlot and a Chardonnay. And they go, Butt Chuggington. It's classic. I had so many great TV show ideas. Small Claims Chop, where the loser got chopped in the neck by an Asian judge, Trung. Pow! If they lost, Hobo and the Hooker. It was a hobo and a hooker who lived in an apartment with the chief of police. Classic.
Yeah.
Adam Hubbard, Ghost, Lobster Detective. He went from Red Lobster to Red Lobster, solving the unfinished business of all the lobsters that went from the tank to the pot when they were ordered. Classic. But Butt Chuggington was one of my favorite characters. He was just a guy, unassuming, would butt chug, and he'd run out. Chardonnay, Merlot, a little Pinot Grigio right in his ass. And the manager would go, Butt Chuggington! And then Butt Chuggington would say, he stole this from Bugs Bunny, obviously, but he'd go, ain't I a stinker? Because it was his ass that he was drinking from.
And yes, it is a social faux pas, Mr. Yabo. Chugging Merlot and Chardonnay.
I mean, are you familiar with marriages? Am I the only one who's familiar with, like, wine blends? Hello?
Service scenarios. Recovering from
But
customer
Chucky cut a
dissatisfaction.
rug.
Providing great service.
No,
in
you can never
busy or
cut a rug.
stressful-
You always had to run out because the manager would go like, Bud Chuggington, and he'd pull the funnel, the tube out of his ass with a pop. He'd go, and he'd run away. And he'd chase him out of the store with his little black apron that says Total Wine, and he'd go, Bud Chuggington!
stressful times, and providing great service in slower times.
Ain't I a stinker?
This module explores ways to recover from customer dissatisfaction. Let's face it, no one enjoys it when things go wrong and a customer becomes dissatisfied. And yet, CSRs say that
I'm
when they
very
can quickly
dissatisfied.
resolve the problem, the dissatisfied customer often becomes the store's #1 fan.
Cool.
The manager is Frank Welker using Dr. Claw's voice. Oh, yeah. See, in my head, he was always just like, he looked like a less jacked, what's his name? Zachary. The guy who played Shazam, right? So there's like a slim, dark-haired, push forward up at the front, sort of like with Superman glasses. And you go, Bud Chuggington. But yeah, Frank Welker, if he had, it's maybe a little too grandiose, but if it were Dr. Claw, maybe that'd be a little too much. But, you know, I'm open. Sinbad, Levi.
It makes good business sense to settle problems and concerns. When you work hard to make things right, it's called recovery. Successful recovery can turn disappointment to delight. And
P.S. If you're a recovering alcoholic or pillhead, stop asking for accolades. You're the one who got addicted to a substance and ruined your life and was able to turn it around. People like me who have never thrown their life away to drugs or alcohol or any other substance get zero credit. Like if I got addicted to Vicodin, my life hit the skids and I was sucking dick for pills and then was able to turn my life around, would you guys go, hooray? Right? You go, hey, way to stop sucking dick for prescription medications. You used to give rim jobs for pills and now you don't. Pat on the back. I never had to do that. Where are my accolades? I've never had to hit rock bottom with substances. I'm able to work in moderation. Where's my award? No, nowhere. But Chuggington. Ain't I a stinker?
and have an extraordinary impact on customer loyalty. CSRs often follow these steps when recovering from customer dissatisfaction. Listen and
why are you booing me? I'm right.
Demonstrate that you want to be of help. Repeat or paraphrase your understanding of the complaint or problem. Apologize.
Yeah, don't plagiarize, but paraphrase.
Why? Their capitalization is really bothering me.
Yeah, capital A, apologize.
No, the last one. They
yeah, capitalize everything. It's all important.
But they didn't.
Thank
the
you,
last
Brick.
two, they didn't apologize.
Listen, I've just received a trophy. We need to give some sort of attention to that. Thank you, Brick. Thank you. I've never been addicted and lost it all only to come back stronger than ever.
Can I have a trophy too? Because I never did that either.
No, I brought it up and it's mine.
Or inconvenience. If it's a problem, explain what steps can be taken to correct the situation and keep it from happening again.
Hey, if you shut the fuck up, it would be a lot easier on me. Oh, well, I never thought of it like that.
Then ask for feedback. If it's a complaint, suggest ideas to help the customer cope with the situation.
Have you tried thinking about going to Hollywood Video?
Then ask for feedback. Take the appropriate action.
What if you weren't a
and
stupid
follow up.
bitch? Feedback?
Here are 2 video examples of CSRs
Yeah,
trying
you
to
can buy your own trophy, but like unless someone gives it to you, it feels a little hollow, right?
recover from
Look, I'm not going to have a trophy store like Stan.
If I go to Stan's Pickle Hut and get a trophy, I'm not going to be like, hey, can you engrave it like I never got hopelessly addicted to drugs only to bounce back and find Jesus? No, they won't do that.
Can I just be a trophy wife?
Each video
Does that
example
count?
deals with a
No,
problem
you can be a
rather
pickle
than a
wife.
complaint. In video example 1A, the customer expresses dissatisfaction, but the CSR misses the opportunity to recover from it. In video example 1B, the customer again expresses dissatisfaction, but this time, the CSR recovers from it effectively.
Way to bounce
As you
back.
watch these 2 examples, keep in mind that these are situations where you do have personal
Sure.
authority to resolve the problem. Some situations, however, are beyond your control or authority to resolve. Examples include, but are not limited to, those involving the media, legal issues, or
The
allegations.
liberal Jew-run media, guys, Mr. Show, please. I'm not a racist, but Mr. Show said that. It's a funny
So did
joke.
SVU.
The SVU says the liberal Jew-run media?
The lady that was playing an undercover cop
Agent
says
Starla.
that.
I don't think she says Jew-run media.
She 100% does.
All I know is that David Cross says it, which I
And
realize.
she says it because she was with those Nazi
Crosby,
people.
Stills, and Nash. Here's the thing. Not to speak of Mr. Show even more, because it's one of my favorite sketch comedy shows. You know when he plays, because here's the thing. They tip their hand a little bit. When David Cross wants to have like an African-American voice, all you have to do is this. Hey, everybody. Hey. Like when he plays when he plays the R&B artist Maple Syrup, he goes, that is the exact refundable with the right place. And he goes like you just have to like do this.
Choke up on your voice
he
box.
just had a really tight scarf. Because in the first one he goes, hey y'all, it's me, David Cross, and he has like that accent. All you have to do is like choke yourself out.
David Carradine yourself, but not too much.
David Carradine. Like you don't have to do much. Fuck.
Such as racial or ethnic insensitivity.
Ryan
These
asks,
situations
ever
should be
see the regular
immediate-
Law and Order episode where Chevy Chase plays the anti-Semitic celebrity caught on a DUI charge?
I am not a regular SVU. I'm not a special. What is the other one? There's
criminal
intent.
Yeah.
Regular Law and Order and criminal intent. Not a fan. And
SVU
it's
is
not. It's not necessarily based on the crime. I just am a fan of Stabler, Mariska Hart,
Olivia.
Yeah, I'm a fan of all the characters. I like
Munch and Finn.
I like Finn. I like
Kragan.
Olivia. I like Elliot. I like Kragan. I love Kragan.
They're
my
good,
god,
they're a really good mix of characters.
I understand. Like Vincent D'Onofrio is great,
but he's
like,
so boring.
Sam Waterston's maybe his name. He did
Criminal Intent or
no,
the other
like
one.
the commercials for like some crazy insurance company was big ass juice
with
man
the
eyebrows.
yes, the big eyebrows and the gray hair guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stabler, barely know her. Stabler, hardly knew her.
There's a picture that I have. I know this is like totally not anything to do with this lady, but like there's a picture that I have when I was in labor of Elliot Stabler
Damn,
staring at my stomach when I was in labor with our son Elliot in our living room in our old house.
Oh.
I'll never forget that picture because we were watching Law and Order SVU, who is named after
wildly specific reference that only I would have got and I didn't. Firing on all cylinders. Guys, you remember that picture that you guys never saw where like my wife was in labor and we were watching SVU? No? Damn. Well, it happened.
I was just saying a memory. People don't know when you were watching somebody have sex in your hotel room.
I say, do you guys remember? Here's the thing. Here's what happens. I say, do you guys remember? And what I feel is a very communal, pop cultural moment, and everybody shouts me down like I'm Kent Brockman at the press club. You take it a step beyond that. We're like, not even I, the only other person in the room, remember. And you go like, what? At least my touchstones are like pop cultural icons. I go, hey, do you remember when that huge thing happened?
This is a nightmare.
Resolve these yourself.
It's my
Your
fucking
MOD
life.
will know where to turn for
I'm losing my wrist points. Oh, so FDO does remember that. So I guess,
Yeah, well, there you go.
There you go.
He
You
was
and
there
him.
too.
You and FDO. You guys remember that? FDO does. Elliot Stabler looking at my wife hunched over a yoga ball, not letting me take her to the fucking hospital.
You know, I really didn't like that video.
I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe the next one will be better.
Don't remember that one, Brick.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you, bitch. Take that Tyra Banks forehead out of here. Right, because if it were 2B, it would be 2B or not 2B, which is 1A.
No.
So it's 2B or not 2B. 1A, 1C, 2C,
Ooh.
2B, not 2B. Not a tumor.
That's the question. No, I did not have a home birth. Almost, though.
Yeah, she fucking wanted to. I was like, hey, maybe we should get your ass to the hospital because you've been in labor for 12 hours. Yeah, I want to lay over this ball with my cunt brother's wife, just being like, yeah, let's let her decide. No,
it's fine.
Don't listen to anyone. Follow your fucking gut. Me, follow my gut. Don't listen to my wife or my fucking brother's cunt wife, okay? Listen to me. Fuck.
Everything was fine.
Yeah, she almost popped him out in the fucking car. It was totally fine.
You know, I really didn't like that video.
I'm sorry to hear about
Fuck you, bitch. Go to Hollywood Video.
that. Was there anything in particular?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it was the language. The bad language was a little too much for my taste.
So you'd like to avoid
Oh,
movies with
interesting.
strong
Girl.
language?
Maybe I'll check that out.
Exactly.
I'm sorry it wasn't what you were looking for. Tell me more about what movies
But the
you like,
rating
and I'll try to
said
make
Tell me more
swearing.
about speakers.
some recommendations.
Tell me more about hi-fi
That's
systems.
very nice of you.
My pleasure.
Hey, tell me more about your hair. What products do you use? Oh, that's nice.
Right, don't rent a radar movie. Seriously, like, the swearing was too much for me.
Listen, if swearing is too much for you, go back to the Mormon church and leave the Blockbuster video, okay?
Full of hard R's.
Yeah, I guess so.
Great.
Jameson, you made fun, but you seem to be getting a lot out of this photo. It wasn't even a photo. Like, I don't even remember this photo. Who took the photo? Were you?
I was standing in our living room, and I was standing in front of the TV in our old house, and our cunt of a sister-in-law was standing behind me, right before we went to the hospital.
Who took the photo?
My mom or the other girl that was taking pictures.
Everybody else who was like, oh, yeah, let's keep listening to Krista, where I'm like, yeah, we should have been in the hospital fucking hours
David's
ago.
like in the car waiting to just like go,
Here's
and
the
I'm
thing.
like just
Don't
standing
listen
there.
to anyone but yourself, okay? Even if your wife tells you it's not the right time, it is. She's a liar. She's a liar, and she needs to be punished by having a baby in a fucking hospital.
Cool.
I had some labor, but I had the baby on the car floor. God!
No reaction!
That would have been a reaction for sure.
Ms. Johnson, were you aware that your account shows $3.50 in extended viewing fees?
No, I wasn't aware of that. And besides, that's impossible. I return everything on time.
Except for that one time, there was that snowstorm in the middle of June.
Ice storm?
And I told your black friend he didn't want to listen. I think because of his race. These racist-ass people.
Well,
Luckily, you're in a safe place so you could yell at her.
Yeah, but like back, yeah, because at the time I wanted to yell, but here's the thing: as much as I like bluster and blow hard in front of you guys, in the moment, I'm actually a very understanding and compassionate human being, right?
Yes.
I'm not constantly shouting at people like I do now because there's no sense in this situation. I said, here's the thing: every time I would say, "I think we should go now," and she'd go, "No," I'd go, okay. Like, I didn't blow my stack like I should have.
In my defense, he was ready to go when my water broke at 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, which is what you usually do.
No.
When your vagina starts flowing with water, right, because a baby is coming, you typically get the help of medical professionals.
We didn't leave the house until like 11:45. 12 hours. I think my contractions were a minute or less apart.
Yeah, we should have. But that's the thing, Jameson. I wasn't a Red Letter Media fan back then, and I should have said, like, hey, if we get to the hospital, you could probably have an orgasmic birth. But no,
I probably would have been all over that.
Little did I know. Jesus
Back
Christ.
on the 13th and return on the 14th.
This week's FFOP Radio Cause of Divorce brought to you by a 6-year-old argument about
I
childbirth.
return those movies and every other movie that I've ever rented from you guys on time.
Now, I know you think you did, but maybe you dropped them off after 12 noon. That's a really common mistake. Lots of customers...
Why do I feel like I'm being accused of
Because
something?
you fucked up, lady, with the really high part.
This is like when you get an apology where it's like, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm sure you thought. But here's the thing. Computers don't lie, right? Like we keep track of records and shit like now, right? It's 1999, maybe
something.
2000. When you slip that into the slot and you go, Pulp Fiction was good, and shout that into the hole, we take account of that.
Video police? Do I have the right to remain silent? Should I call a lawyer?
Yeah, spread your cheeks and your front cheeks.
Look, I'm not sure what you're getting so upset about.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
just doing my job. We're only talking about $3.50. Some people owe a lot more than that.
Are you poor? This is the lawyer's wife. Are you poor?
Listen here, Latina
You could not.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. You could not afford the lawyer, my husband.
You don't get it, do you? I don't believe this place.
Ugh, and that lip rising on the one side. I want to
Fuck
just
you,
smack her
dude.
face.
Here's the thing. Now that I have my own business, it hasn't happened yet, but I will possibly in the future get to be like, hey, guess what? Get the fuck out and never come back. And if they say, can I talk to your manager? I'll do that thing like in that fail army or meme video where I'll just like duck behind the bar and come back up and be like, hi, can I help you? Get the fuck out. And also fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Well, why are you riding a horse? It's 2025. Get a car, bitch. Get out of my store. With a rewind fee. Dear Lord, an extra 50 cents. That's what the 50 cents was. $3 in late fees, 50 cents for the no rewind.
Yeah.
Not very kind.
To be.
It's not a tumor.
Did you find everything you were looking for?
Yeah, I guess so.
Great.
I ran a horse with car power.
Ms.
Hey, my horse puts out 15 car powers.
Johnson, were you aware that your account shows $3.50 in extended
Were you
viewing fees?
aware?
No, I wasn't aware of that. And besides, that's impossible. I return everything on time.
Gee, I'm sorry. The computer is showing 2 films that were due back on the 13th and return on the 14th.
Gee, here's the thing. Don't fucking ever say that you know. Right, a Mustang 4. Nice. Here's the thing. Don't bring any sort of expertise anywhere. I work in insurance billing, for example. And when people call me when I have my phone days and they go, well, I work in insurance billing. So that is just tipping your hand about how stupid you are.
Right.
Because if you call me and you claim to work in the industry I do,
you should know better.
I am not fucking stupid. I work in the industry I work in. I'm fairly competent, not overly qualified, not underly qualified. But one thing I never fucking do is flaunt my credentials to someone because you might be wrong. And in that case, being wrong and a pleb, grain of salt, comes and goes. If you proclaim expertise in a field to which you are absolutely 100% wrong you're now a fucking clown.
Yeah.
So just be wrong and feign ignorance. Here's what I do. I say, I'm the stupidest person in the world, and I think I fucked up. That's the way to get into people's hearts. Customer service people's hearts, that is. I say
CSRs.
I think if you want to weasel your way into a CSR's heart, a cash register superintendent's heart, play dumb. Say, I'm stupid. Say, I think I fucked up. And that will give you the mile of slack that you're hoping to get by showing them an inch. If you go, I am an expert or well-versed or whatever in the field that we are now discussing, and I know for 100% fact that you're a fucking idiot because I actually am, because you called me and I'm on the clock, fuck you. Okay? Say, here's what you do. You say, oh, I think I fucked up or I'm an idiot. Put yourself beneath the person. They will want to be like, oh, you poor baby. Right? Like the cats who come meowing at your back door, the kittens that are, from the unspayed animals, they go, meow, please give me some food. They don't go, hey, I'm an expert in cat food, and my protocol says you have to feed my ass. No, you're getting drop kicked over my fucking fence.
Cash register, Super Nintendo.
Chalmers.
Cash register is code for butt plugs.
Closed? Oh, it's code for butt plug. I thought you said it was closed. Yeah,
Code.
Closed for butt plugs. Battery
Also
plug?
closed.
Blade in American Pie.
I haven't the faintest idea why the...
See, that's not a bad idea. Like, if someone had some overdraft fees or whatever, like, charge them an extra quarter every time and just milk it out of them slowly.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do. But I'm saying it's you, the consumer. Do not ever assert dominance by expressing your competency in any field. Because you're automatically going to put them on the defensive and go like, well, guess what, bitch? You're a bitch. Spoiler alert. Bitch is a bitch. Fuck you also. Do like I do. Put yourself beneath them. They will take pity on you, and oftentimes they'll wipe away any fees. But if you try and like assert dominance over someone who has very little power except the ability to charge you $350, you better believe they fucking will.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Why the computer is showing those films is overdue. I can tell you that I returned those 2 films and every other film that I've ever rented from you guys on time.
So you're saying those films were returned by 12 noon on the 13th?
I don't remember the date, but I know they were on time.
Listen, I don't remember. I have no evidence, but I'm
yes.
exactly positive. Yeah, I'm a bottom. In a customer service situation, be the bottom, right? It's the only way to go. Like, you can't assert your, like, in a new relationship, you can't just come in with, like, a whip and, like, a blindfold and some handcuffs and be like, now it's time to get at that ass. No, you come in like a lamb and leave like a lion. It just makes sense.
Okay. Let me credit your account for the additional rental fees.
Would that
I'll do
tactic work for
immediately if
butt
it's
chugging?
okay.
No, because he's obviously a thief. He's butt chugging wine in the store through his ass.
He's already the lion.
Without paying for it. Like, he can't be like, oh, sir, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you couldn't throw 750 milliliters of wine in your ass without paying. It wouldn't work. He's a criminal.
Yes, please take care of that.
Don't say that either.
Please take care of that. Yeah, no.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's taken care of. Would this be all?
Yeah, that's it.
That'll be $14.50. Oh, that's $3.50 more than I thought.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, these are both due back in 5 days. By
And you got a copy of Pulp Fiction and another copy of
Sphere.
Pulp Fiction.
No, it's Sphere is the other one.
You get Spear.
Sphere.
Oh, you like Samuel L. Jackson? Check out Spear.
12 noon
Sphere.
on the 28th. Enjoy your movies. And again, let me apologize for the
Spear.
mix-up.
Thank you.
Oops.
That was like a total bitch smile, by the way.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Another thing to consider.
Bitches.
Oftentimes, like, you have no interest in the furtherment of your company any other time than when someone does a bitch to you. That's when you hold close to the policies and procedures.
Yeah.
Any other time, you go, I don't give a fuck. It's not my company. But if someone's a bitch, you turn it into a matter of principle and you fuck yourself over.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bad customers. Do you like Samuel L. Jackson? Have you seen Last Holiday?
All of us have stress hot buttons that can cause us to behave in ways that have a negative impact on the quality of the service we provide. The challenge is to adapt your use of the service principles when you're busy or under pressure. Here are two examples of CSRs trying to provide great service in busy times.
Are you singing
Each
that Vanilla
example
Ice
has two
song?
parts. In example 1A, the CSR
Yo,
She
stop,
said under
collaborate,
pressure.
And listen, yeah, I'm saying. But then he went dun, 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 like that's Vanilla Ice.
I know.
This is an opportunity to provide
Guys, you get
great
what's going on
service
here, right?
during a busy and stressful time.
Yeah. Hey, have you checked out the Pee Wee Herman Christmas special with Cowboy Curtis?
Terrible.
Missy Vaughn shows up. Grace Jones, Frankie and Annette, Oprah. It's one of the best Christmas specials to grace God's green earth.
In example 1B, the CSR does
Dinah Shore?
great service.
Yeah, Grace Jones. Not for nothing. I was not a Grace Jones. I was not aware of Grace Jones outside of Pee Wee's Christmas special. But when she shows up out of that box with that tight, vacuum sealed like chest plate where her tits are all out, I was like, hey, guess what? I'm a Grace Jones fan. Guess what?
In this instance.
Yeah, in this very specific instance, I was like, yo, Grace Jones. Then I was like, whoa, Grace Jones.
Apparently I'm grounded.
Yeah, Conan the Destroyer.
Hello, find everything you were looking for?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, she doesn't understand Pee Wee.
No.
Don't talk ill of Pee Wee. Respect it.
Whatever.
More interesting roles lately.
I did see that Missy Vaughn passed away recently. She was also Charlie Day's mom's like friend.
Oh.
In Always Sunny.
Okay.
Like, cause Charlie Day's mom was the chain smoking, and that lady always showed up. That was Missy Vaughn.
Oh.
I fucking loved her.
I like some of his earlier stuff too. A couple of weeks ago, I watched Top Gun on DVD on surround sound TV. Those dogfight scenes were spectacular. And the
I tried playing it on NES, and it fucking sucked. You guys ever see that Angry Video Game Nerd video? It sucks.
soundtrack on DVD
You want to
was
ride
awesome.
my goatee?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
And A View to a Kill.
Is that a
It's a James Bond movie
Yeah.
with one of my favorites. Anything Roger Moore, I fucking love. I don't know. My favorite Bond film of all time is Live and Let Die.
Who's the lady in it?
A couple.
Oh.
Because the chick, the lady is from, I forget where she's from, but she's, because that's the one where James Bond goes to like Louisiana, and there's like Mr. Big, who turns out to be Yaphet Kotto, and yada yada yada. But I was like, yo, she is super hot. But it also has, it was two ladies, so I forget the black lady's name. Many apologies. But it also had Jane Seymour as Solitaire.
Oh.
I was like,
I know you like Jane Seymour.
I do like Jane Seymour, but like when it came down between the two, I was like, I would definitely discard Solitaire for the African American lady or the Cuban American. She may be Jamaican. I don't remember her name, but I was like, yo, boing. Darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The fat of the ass.
Yeah, David married a hella white lady.
You don't always get what you think you want. Sometimes you find out, you go, hey, I actually like, look, the first time I had red bell pepper, I go, hey, pretty good.
Hello, find everything you were looking for?
Yes, I did, thank you. I'm finally going to see the new Tom Cruise movie.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. Excuse me just a
Are you a Scientologist? That shit's crazy. Anyway, tick. Hello, Tom Cruise hotline. It was not Grace Jones.
This is Caesar speaking. How can I help?
And Live and Let Die was not Grace Jones. She was in A View to a Kill. Please, someone Google it. FDO, you must know this. You have been the fountain of trivia thus far. Who is the African American lady who is she's CIA. He meets her in a hotel. She's CIA. She dies later. I forget how she gets taken out. But like the funniest death scene in any James Bond movie, because he sticks a gas pellet that he not to tell you guys what Live and Let Die is about, but Roger Moore has like this gun. Maybe Gloria Hendry, but like Mr. Biggs.
Gloria Hendry.
Okay, perfect. So Mr. Biggs, like number one dude, is a really big fat dude. So like James Bond, Bruce Jenner. So he shoots the couch with these gas pellet, and like it inflates and blows up, and the dude, like his Mr. Biggs henchman, like falls on the ground. It's fucking hilarious. But the way he kills Yaphet Kotto is like he's got the classic stereotypical like pool full of sharks. and he sticks the gas bullet into his mouth. He overinflates, his eyes bug out, he floats up to the ceiling and explodes. Best James Bond movie. No, yeah, best James Bond movie. I was going to say maybe close to like Moonraker was kind of fun, but no. Live and Let Die with Paul McCartney singing that theme song. Fucking best James Bond movie, hands down.
Great.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, Bruce. What year is it, Bruce Jenner? I guess back in the day, he would have been still Bruce.
Hi. How's it going today?
Madeline Smith. You'll have to refresh me of her, like, the character. But yeah, I would go with the CIA operative.
She was Miss Caruso, Madeline Smith.
You have a picture? Oh, here's the thing. Yeah, not for nothing.
She's not bad.
You don't know what you like until you have a taste of it. And, for most of my early dating career, I went dark berry because I thought sweeter juice. So Puerto Ricans, African Americans, Cubans, Jamaicans, all those were like my jam. So when I saw Live and Let Die, and she shows up and has like a rockin' body, and then James Bond goes in and like kills that snake in the bathroom, I go, yeah, nice. And then Jane Seymour's nipple falls out, and I go, I'm swaying the other way a little bit.
You started out okay.
Well, when you got a good video, it's bound to get better. Take care.
My dad gets better when his mind starts moving.
Oh, look, there's a fucking BTK right there. Dennis Rader renting a video. I mean, not for nothing, but let's talk about Live and Let Die just a little more. The guy who played Baron Samedi, I can't remember his name, but he was the 7-Up Uncola guy as well. There was a jazz station out here in the valley, KYOT, the Coyote. He was the voice of that station. I don't know if he ever did like any DJ work, but all the bumpers were done by him, and like fucking amazing.
Jeffrey Holder.
There you go. He was the KYOT in the Valley in the late 90s. Fucking awesome. Like, amazing. And then, like, when he's Baron Samedi, he gets his head blown off and it, like, shatters like pottery. But since he's Baron Samedi, he can't kill that motherfucker.
Hello, nurse.
Hello, nurse. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not nothing against her. And you can be biased because of the Hammer Horror. Like Hammer Horror, we can talk about that for a dog's age too. But like, yeah, but you like what you like, and I was like, I am on board.
How's it going today?
Yeah, it started out fine.
How can I help?
Good, everybody's holding their
You can make this line move
Blockbuster videos with the Blockbuster.
My wife canceled our blowjob appointment.
Oh,
sorry.
Because I had to come to Blockbuster to pick up a copy of Pulp Fiction by Dennis Rader. How is he still free?
Another register. I can take.
R.I.P. the Oteros. Like, fuck.
Next person.
WWF. Back when they still called it that. For the World Wildlife Fund. Fuck that up.
off topic. Ryan says it never occurred to me before right now, but do you think BTK became a Boy Scout leader because of all the knot tying?
It's a complicated question. I don't think one necessarily leads to the other. I think he probably learned the knots in Boy Scouts, and just because that's the thing. Like I don't know if he, because when you're a Boy Scout, I don't know if he knew he was going to grow up to be a prolific murderous pervert. I just think you adapt the skills you have to best suit who you are at the time. So I guess the short answer is no. I don't think he became a scout leader because of the knot tying and all that. I think he probably came up with it, learned how to tie a bowline and a whatever, and just sort of rolled into it. Like David, what's his nuts with his like toy box? I don't think he was like a massive like trailer fan. I just think he rolled in the skills he had into what he later found passion for, which was disgusting and abhorrent.
Mr. Yabo, is there some other live stream chat that isn't this one?
It's a good question. It's a great question, as a matter of fact. I don't know.
Why is it that when customer traffic slows down, so do we? Sometimes it's tempting to view such times as downtime, a break in the action.
I tell you, bowling in there.
Seem to shift from attention.
Typically a nautical knot. However, here's the thing. You guys want to know about knots? So when I first got into being an electrician, I was hired by the relative of a friend of mine, and it basically taught me all the electrical codes. And like when we were pulling wire, you use like mule tape. And so knots are a big part of being an electrician, or maybe any construction worker as a whole. And I learned so many knots, forgot them all, because I'm not a sexual deviant, I guess. Like, I haven't murdered anybody nor tied anybody up for sexual gratification yet. But all the knots, it's like all the knots I learned, all the Spanish I learned, everything I've ever learned that is any of any value, rather, gone. I couldn't kickflip that into any perversion, so it just floated away.
Attention to at ease. But slower times let us get creative in our approaches to customer service. We get a chance to try new things and interact on a different level with customers both in the store and on the phone. Slower times present us with unique opportunities to build customer...
Oh, yeah, the Clovehitch. So, yeah, speaking of, there's a movie out there called The Clovehitch Killer. So it's not like there are plenty of knots out there that I once learned. Like, there was a time... recreationally, I never murdered anybody. Again, full disclosure, not a murderer. But when I was like trying to get back into it, because I was like, okay, knots are a useful thing, right? If you ever need to tie something off, which happens a lot, if you're ever towing something, you need to keep something together, knots are a good thing to know. The one thing I went and could probably still recreate today is the hangman's noose, like the 7 swirl, like... Did I use it ever? No, outside of recreationally, but that's the thing. If you don't have a use for it, if you don't constantly use the things that you learn, you lose them.
Your melanin. No. What's that stuff called? Myelin. Myelin.
Yeah, your myelated neurons. What happens is your brain eventually breaks down that myelin to use on other circuits that you use. Like if you ever if there's a book out there, can't remember what it's called, but it's basically written about like the benefits of deep practice, because what you're doing when you repeat something over a vast number of times, you're myelating your circuits. Like, so when you move your body, all the neurons that you're using are being sheathed in myelin, which keeps the electricity moving through the neuron from leaking, essentially. It's like a more efficient way of coding. Like when you have wire, like American wire gauge 12 in most houses, unless like you're using a 15 amp circuit, in which case you can get away with like 14, but why would you? For a 20 amp circuit, you have a 12 gauge wire, and without the whatever the coating is made of, vinyl or whatever, plus the outer sheath, you would be losing electrons to the ether, to the ground, or whatever. But the more you use those circuits, the more they become insulated. And the less you use them, your body is going to transfer that to other areas that is needed, because that's the way your body works. Why did I start talking
like
about
Blockbuster?
This? Yeah, like Blockbuster. Just practice the things you want to keep if you want to keep them. It's true that like the 40-year-old version taught us, if you don't use it, you will lose it. That's not a lie. They made a joke about it, but it's true. It's the truth. It's truth.
It's very realistic.
The shoe never fell off.
Shut up.
It's the truth.
Customer loyalty. Unlike the other video modules, these examples are not...
Yeah, Brex lost his marbles like Toodles out of Hook.
Quit being such a ballbuster video.
It's snowing!
Part ineffective,
Jack almost choked on his gum.
Instead, they focus on effective ways to give great service during slower times.
Mylar balloons.
Hello, may I speak to Mr. Simmons? This is Perry from Blockbuster Video.
This is Tyra Banks' forehead on loan calling.
This is Mr. Simmons.
calling to let you know that the tape you returned this morning was missing the video inside.
I wasn't aware of that.
So you didn't return a tape. The tape
the
you
cover.
returned didn't exist. The case you returned was missing the video. The tape you returned didn't happen.
Yeah.
Incongruity.
Sure?
Yes, sir. It may still be.
Yeah, bitch, when I opened up the fucking case, the tape wasn't in there. Did you hit eject after you rewound? God help you if you did not rewind that.
In your VCR.
You may be right. Let me check.
Oh,
If I
yep.
find it, I'll bring it back today. If not, I'll give you a call.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons.
Yeah, let's definitely disconnect the phone because it'll probably take you hours to make your way to your VCR and hit the eject button. Let me know. I'm going to send Michael Stipes after your ass. I feel like that was a year ago we were watching Michael Stipes.
It was.
That's him in his spotlight, losing his Blockbuster video.
Hi there, good to see you again.
Dude, tuck your fucking belt in to the extra loops.
Look at how much higher her pants are compared to his.
Yeah, she's a professional. She's like, her belly button is about here. And the more professional you are, the higher your pants go.
Again, I see you're back picking up DVDs.
Copy of
Yeah,
Space
love
Jam.
format.
You know, I hear that from more and more customers. How can I help you?
We've been jammed.
Okay,
Classic
Great.
Spaceballs reference.
You know, we recently changed the appearance of the DVD section and added new titles. Have you noticed the change?
You know,
No.
now that you mention it, I did notice there was something
Maybe you could talk to the lawyer.
What do you think of the change?
Well,
Yeah, what do you think of the change? We recently reorganized our videos. How do you feel? Like, how insecure do you have to be as a Blockbuster video employee? Do you like what I did? Please? Only one person gives me the raspberry. You guys know it's Lone Star.
you know, I am finding it easier to find selections. That's why I
Barf.
did ask for your help. And I'm glad you've added more titles.
That's great. I appreciate the feedback. If you
Do you guys want to rent a copy of Eyes Wide Shut, the last Stanley Kubrick movie? He died during it. It's a fucking terrible movie.
do need help, I'll be right over there.
Thanks.
What do you think of my store? Flip?
Hair flip.
By using the principles you've just learned, you can help ensure the continued success of Blockbuster.
Okay, something just occurred to me. It feels like she tried out for the WB, it's not a sitcom, but the WB drama Charmed and didn't make it.
One customer at a time.
Yeah, at least she was in the gun.
In other words, you
I
can
was
help
gonna say,
They dropped those in
Blockbuster
the
not just
late
survive,
90s.
but thrive.
She kind
by
of looks like
exceeding their customers'
fucking. Who's the
expectations.
Dirty Dancing lady?
I'm Brandy Little. Thanks.
What? No, she does not look like the Dirty Dancing lady.
What's her name?
I don't remember. Oh, God damn it.
She has no charm.
She got
has no
nose job
riz.
and ruined her career. That's all I know.
Yes.
She has no riz. That's why they failed. That is exactly why they failed, Brick. Goodbye. Here we go.
Active participation will make it a
Jennifer
worthwhile
Grey. Thank you.
experience, not
you.
only for you, but also for the others in
That's a bizarre type of capitalization there, Ryan.
but also for the other people in your life.
Watch out
around
for Shannon Doherty. Her eyes trying to escape her head, apparently, according to Family Guy. The worst animated sitcom ever. No, I was just kidding. No. Maybe I was just kidding about just kidding. I think the Cleveland Show is even better than modern Family Guy. And the Cleveland Show sucks.
around you somewhere.
It's typing in the word. Gotta hurry. Gotta get this out.
Great.
Jennifer Grey.
You're a little tongue twisted, sorry.
Pow, baby, pow.
The fuck?
Because we all know
That's
that
not
you
even a
don't know
blooper.
Different shirt color.
Think about the different customers that help you each day. Is what I was gonna say.
My kid, here's the thing. How about that? You take for granted the things that come easy to you, right? So going easy as hell, right? Just a quick flick of the tongue. You can be Xena Warrior Princess in a matter of moments. You go, my kid, he goes, la 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 la. Dude, you need some more fast twitch muscle fibers.
He's getting better with this loose tooth.
I mean, isn't that what the videos are just like? Listen to the people, do what you're supposed to do. You know what's going on. To get it right.
Twink toilet shirt.
No.
I did it earlier.
Yeah, her shirt keeps changing colors.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it last time too.
After watching the first one, decide which questions you might ask to tell the customer.
Not for nothing, guys. She reminds me, and it finally hit me. Do you remember watching Figure It Out?
Yes.
Who was the lady? She was an Olympic swimmer who like transitioned into Nickelodeon.
Yep.
I had such a crush on her because like, I don't know. She was like this is the Tom Bergeron.
Summer
version.
Sanders. Yeah.
Summer Sanders.
I was going to say that, but I was like, no, he's going to yell at me.
I was going to say Summer something. She was so like disarmingly attractive. Like she had to like obviously dress appropriate for kids because she was on Nickelodeon, but sometimes they'd show her in like her Olympic
onesie.
Her onesie. Like they'd show her like in a swimsuit. And I go, yo, Summer Sanders. I don't know where she's at right now, but probably still looking good.
Well, now I'm going to look her up.
Speculating.
Colonel Sanders.
Right?
Yeah, look, she has a black top now instead of a gold one.
I know.
She went from, oh, fuck. Now I can't remember the Predator's name. He
Twink
showed up
Toilet?
with the khaki shorts. No, not Twink Toilet. The guy with the glass eye who showed up for Jolanda. Why can't I remember her name? Cute. Built good.
It's just that there's the one thing, you know.
Great outfit. Another good one.
She doesn't look bad.
I was truly being brave.
Michael Willis,
just
thank
like
you.
I was when I was a kid.
Yeah, looking great still. Like aged like a fine wine. Some of these people age like milk. I don't know what Maria Sharapova looks like, but she was on the Games and Sports Network back in the day that played nothing but like Guts and all the live action, like Legends of the Hidden Temple and Figure It Out and shit like that. Bingo.
All right, make the sale. At whatever cost, make the sale.
Direct them to the glory hole. Yeah, not as good as Summer Sanders, so we can put that issue to bed. Summer Sanders, greater than alligator mouth opening toward her versus Maria Sharapova. Anyway, that is it, guys. We were able to turn 46 minutes and 4 seconds into roughly 2.5 hours.
Shocker.
That's time dilation for you. Look it up. It's physics. It's astrophysics, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Ask
Trung. You guys don't know him. You guys remember that photograph that somebody took of my wife while she was not giving birth, but in labor, and we were watching SVU?
Very active labor.
It's a lot like that. If you know that, you probably know Trung. Krista is nailing it with the references tonight. You guys, you're welcome. I know everybody shouts down all of my wildly relatable pop cultural references, but please, do what you can. Fuck. Must have been an alien encounter. Yeah, then you got swept away and put on a metal surgical table.
Probed.
Clicks. Jonathan Frakes was there. Others. What's her name? Dr. Crusher. Her real name escapes me, but Crusher was there. I don't think Data ever got probed because he's an alien. What are they?
Does he have a butt?
He's an android. What are they going to learn? He's got no butt. No, but he does have a working dick because he.
Oh yeah.
He blew out Natasha Yar's back allegedly and
allegedly.
Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you. I hope you can now just walk into a Blockbuster video and go, hey, guess what? Hire me. I know how to work here. I've been trained not once, but twice.
Yes.
Michael Stipes and a Suzanne Summers. Summer Sanders ripoff. Please, Denise Crosby. No, that's Natasha Yar. Gates McFadden.
Yeah.
Gates McFadden. She got abducted. And in the future, they're still like it's the year 2400, and they're still probing butts. Butt plugs are never out of style, guys. That's it. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next episode of FFOP Radio. And yeah, that's it. Smell you later.
Bye.
Appreciate you. Bye.
You don't have Riz.
This is a nightmare.
Podcasts Radio.